hanging from a thread till you dead, cause your partner put a price on your head, cause your chick was laying up in his bed. She getting details, spilling every word that you said. She working retail, thirsty bitch just trying to get ahead. If history tell us anything, y'all both end up dead. It's just a street tale of fable, some shit someone said. Sit at the table and hope there's more to offer than bread. Pulled out the cradle, first steps you getting chased by a fed. No head starts, just body parts and lead sparks. Old religion, brand new hate and weak hearts. Oligarchs, krakens, dragons, you see sharks. Imagine you could manage to maneuver the deep parts. You a savage, you can have it, just show all your teeth sharp. If you could grab it, you could stab it, just aim for the bleeding heart. The ones that show compassion, a soldier that seeks art. Does the artist that wage war take over or take part? Taking a knee, thinking no one faithful is me. I'm good people in bad lands, no evil live within me. I mind mine, I'll survive, find this lands for the free. If I'm mistaken, I'm forsaken, no one rescuing me. Residual effects, straight bullets through familiar necks. For any number of infractions that I deem disrespect. Your beliefs, you deserve better, but we both in the shit. You just haven't come to grips with it yet. Fight or flight, and they ain't really nowhere to go. If your back is against the wall and you ain't throwing no blows, you gon' crumble in the rubble, become blood in the snow. If you a victim, they collect them, grab the body and go. Dig them and ditch them, total disregard for the soul. Gas them and lit them, watch the flesh burn in the glow. Where we live and catch a shivering, it's a hell you don't know. Your best hope is that your dying ain't slow, or your dying's a show. Where we at, it's every man for his own. A bloody backdrop, where killers just zone and slice flesh to the bone. Masked and gloved up front of your home. A flash of gun, but the side of your dome. Fresh blood from a stone, dents in your sense. Kick your fucking ball through the fence, dare you to say something. No sense in sitting around in suspense. Find out what's next, open your fucking mouth, disrespect. See the extent of how my life is intense. She beautiful and oppressed in a permanent summer dress. She a servant and still she blessed. Children cradled against her breast, whispering prayers, wishing their souls the best, knowing that they forgotten, not forgetting they're blessed. The bloodiest red lights, just piles of dead life. Something must be broken, the glyphs wasn't read right. You think them Bible papers will shed light? Yeah, right. Burn after reading, tell the preacher I'm leaving. What is poppin', people? Welcome back to Shy Ill Reacts. I'm your host, Shy Ill, and we are back in the building. Salute to you for joining me on this lovely hump day afternoon or evening. Hope everybody's out there this week getting that money. Right? Get that paper. Millions! Salute to y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Salutes. I appreciate y'all. Alright, shout out Shannon first. Dede,
Raven, 298, Zoraida. Salutes to all the usual suspects in the building, the wrenches, the members. I appreciate you all. Alright. Salutes Velez, Al the Pal. Now I don't know what you're talking about. Salutes. Thank you for being here. Tristan, that's the beauty of YouTube. You could go start you a channel that you could produce, and you make a shorter intro. Alright? It's very easy, very simple thing to do. It's a 5.5 minute intro. You'll be alright. Shout out my brother Oso in the building. They even send La Tuta. Shout out KLT. Sit down and have a soda because you're still going to be here. Yeah, tranquilízate, Tristan. Alright. Shout out Yayo on the check-in. Appreciate you. What's popping, y'all? Hit that like button on the way in. The math ain't mathin'. Alright. I don't know who they It's a very simple thing. See, you're one of those guys. You just come in here to talk shit, but we got a place for you. We put hoes like you in the bathroom.
Put him in a fucking bedroom, man.
And when we put you in the bathroom and you're not allowed to talk no more, if you want to make more bullshit comments, you can hit the text-to-speech button, and you can pay $2 to talk your shit. Otherwise, we just get you the fuck out of here if you're unhappy. Goofball. Fucking Tristan. You're a nobody, bro. You're what, a name and a T. Fuck out of here. All right, kick rocks. Salutes. Y'all know what we're here to talk about. We're going to talk about all of the expelled. All right? Expelled. Not extradited. Expelled people. I'll pay nothing. You'll say nothing. Stupid. You know what I mean? You'll say nothing. All right? We'll silence you. We okay with opposing opinions. We just don't like, bad attitudes around here. You sound like a hoe. So we're gonna get you the fuck out of here real soon. We're gonna talk about the 26 expelled. Start Twitch, boom. We're gonna talk about the 26 expelled cartel figures, Bartel figures that were shipped to the U.S., which is, they doing a lot of shipping, huh? Seems like they said United States, this is your problem. The United States, happy to get them, happy to take them all and make deals with all of them. All right, salutes HG on the check-in, appreciate you. Thank you for being here. All right. Who else was up in here? Shout out Velez, shout out 298, Al the Pal. Boom. Yeah, yo. El Queenie still had a lot of power. Let's see what they're talking about here. We don't want to see no more dinosaurs extradited. We want to see an arrest of someone high level and extradited the next day. I will say this, yeah, yo, they've done some quick arrests that have turned into expulsions. So I can't say they're not doing that. Shout out there. She said, put him in the fucking
bedroom, man.
Again, I ain't gonna pretend I know all of these people and all of their names. I can't keep out with these, these flaquitos and these totos and these, this one and that one and, mujercito and all these funny names. I don't know. I can't do it. So I don't know what they are. Y'all could tell me as I go down the list exactly what that's about. Again, hit that like button on the way in. They all get deals. It's crazy. Well, I don't know. Have they said that yet? I mean, I've just assumed because I know that's what's going to happen, that they're all going to get deals. That's just what happens, right? So it is what it is. All right? You can get away with all of these crimes upon humanity and catch you a nice cushy deal with a soft pillow. You know what I mean? Shout out Yuck TV on the check-in. A little late, but here now. What's up, Shail? Always on time, brother. No worries. No worries. We haven't even started yet. Shout out 298. Good to see you back, sir. Appreciate you. All right, we're going to go through that. Then we got like a video of Gene Borello talking about the twins in prison. I haven't seen that, but we'll watch that together. Again, we're here for a good time, not a long time tonight. Your boy's tired. Been a lot going on. Salutes. Saw the U.S. shipping some back to Mexico to serve their time. Save U.S. incarceration costs. What? So they're like, send them here, and then we'll send them back. Goofy shit. Goofy shit indeed. All right. Jay just did an Ironclad interview too. Indeed he did. Y'all can go check that out at Ironclad with Rocco, Vince. They got an interview up there. Good interview. It all stays within the families. No, they're gonna everybody get a deal. You get a deal. You get a deal. You get a deal. Everybody gets a deal. Huh? Don't matter how many people you've physically manipulated, unalived, displaced, destroyed, doesn't matter. You get a deal. You give us another dinosaur, we'll go get the other dinosaur, we'll lock him up, and then we keep it moving. You know what I mean? Hit that like button, y'all. Alright? Start this recording. Boom, boom, boom. Gravy. Let's get it. 26 Bartel figures extradited, transferred. Not extradited. They don't like using that word. Huh? They don't like using that word. Transferred, they like expelled, excommunicated, all that shit. But they don't like the word extradited. They was transferred to the U.S. 26 Bartel figures extradited, transferred to the U.S., including El Quini, Chavo Felix, and Flaquito. This Tuesday, the Attorney General's Office and the Secretariat of Security and Citizen Protection and the U.S. Department of Justice reported that they transferred 26 people to the United States. Video has been published showing several of them being loaded onto a military plane under heavy guard. Through an informational card, they announced that the 26 people, without revealing their names, had extradition orders and were wanted for their ties to criminal organizations for rug trafficking, amongst other crimes, and represented a permanent risk to public safety. Tomorrow, Wednesday, August 13th, which was today, the Secretary Cabinet will hold a press conference at 11 a.m. to provide details on the extradited individuals. While no official announcement regarding the names of those extradited has taken place yet, several media sources are independently confirming names of those sent to the U.S. Journalist Oscar Ballman has mentioned confirmation of 3 names of the 26. Omar Garcia Harfouk says the transfer was done under the National Security Act, the same legal framework used in the 29 kingpins sent to the U.S. in February, bypassing the formal extradition process. All formal processes have been bypassed in this administration, right? There has no longer been legislation. There has been pure executive order, right? Everything is being done in a matter it wasn't done in the past. We cutting corners in this country around here. However, Harfouk mentioned there was an agreement that the U.S. would not seek the unaliving penalty in any of these cases. U.S. Ambassador to Mexico, Ronald Johnson, noted in a news release that among those transferred today were key operatives of the Jalisco New Generation and Sinaloa Bartels. Let's check out the video. You get a deal, you get a deal, you get a deal, you get a deal. Everybody gets a deal on the airplane. Now you think they get an extra carry-on like a personal item, or they got to pay extra for that? You think they get to check a bag in the, with their families? They get to bring their families on the plane. You get a deal. All right, that's them getting on the airplane. Everybody going to get a deal. Notable transfers. Now, y'all tell me as I go if I miss anybody that's, super guy. Super the next guy. The real guy in line. Whatever, all the bullshit they be talking. Hit the like button, yo. Notable transfers. Not extraditions, y'all. Notable transfers. Juan Carlos Felix Gastelum. Chavo Felix. Hitman and son-in-law of Yoma Zambada. Pablo Edwin Huerta, El Flaquito, leader of the CAS, Arellano Felix Bartel, formerly the Tijuana Cartel, Bartel. Abigail González Valencia, leader of Los Queenies, the financial arm of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel and brother-in-law of El Mencho. All right. We saw that when he went down, didn't we? And we saw this one, Leobaldo Garcia Corrales, a longtime Sinaloa Bartel member whose brother was unalived at the beginning of the MF Chapitos War in Sinaloa, related to numerous political figures in Elota. If I'm not mistaken, Leobaldo is the brother-in-law of Tommy, notoriously known for his part in the whole story of the twins, Tommy. I believe Leobaldo is his brother-in-law. Hernan Domingo Ojeda, El Mero Mero, Ovidio Guzman's uncle, a member of Los Chapitos factions of the Sinaloa Bartel. Kevin Alonso Gil Acosta, El 200 of Los Chapitos faction of the Sinaloa Bartel. I don't know. This don't sound like dinosaurs. I don't know. You tell me. Some of these guys sound like, they in the game right now. Martin Sasueta, and we seen when some of these guys was locked up. We covered their stories when some of these guys was locked up, What's up with the reflections and shit? I see reflections and shit off my hat and my cheeks. And what the fuck? Martin Zazueta Perez, El PG of Los Chapitos faction of the Sinaloa Bartel. Luis Raúl Castro Valenzuela, also known as Chacho, a member of the Sinaloa Bartel. Jesus Guzman Castro El Chuy, an operator for Los Mayos faction of the Sinaloa Bartel. David Fernando Vázquez Bejarrano, El Acelerado, a Los Rusos operator close to Yoma. Mauro Alberto Núñez Ojeda, El Hando, a pilot for Ivan Archibaldo Guzman. Now, I mean, if he's Ivan's pilot, he's a right now guy. He's nobody's dinosaur. Servando Gomez Martinez La Tuta, former leader of the Knights Templar. No shit, the Knights Templar, huh? Roberto Omar Lopez, Shrek. They don't even mention who he's with. They're like, whatever. Hit the like button, y'all. Francisco Chavez, likely from Cartel Noreste. Well, you can't just be, expelling and transferring people that are likely. You don't even know whose mob he's in. Like, what are we talking about here? Jose Baldomero Fernandez Beltran, El Mero. See, not El Mero Mero. This one's just El Mero. He hasn't graduated to Mero Mero status yet. An operator for Los Pelones. Juan Carlos Sánchez Gaitán, a member of Los Zetas. Daniel Pérez Rojas, a Los Zetas member initially arrested in Guatemala. Abdul Karim Conte of Sierra Leone is accused of running a large human smuggling organization, bringing migrants from around the world to Mexico and the U.S. Roberto Salazar El Gordo is accused in the 2008 unaliving of a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy. He was an Avenues Ganguero member at the time of the unaliving. 2 other Ganguero members were involved, and they believed they were targeting a rival Ganguero. Anton Petrov Kukin is a former Bulgarian military doctor who was arrested in 2018 for running a Fediwap lab in Mexico. There's your list. There's your list of, I don't know, is that 26? Of the people transferred, not extradited, transferred or expelled or whatever else from Mexico to the U.S. All right. What y'all got to say about this list, man? Shout out Omar Carranza. It is ironic that after they sent him to the USA, Chapo got his wish and now he can see his lawyer. Did that happen? Did they okay that? Because I said 2 things can happen. He made enough noise to get the government to reach out to him. Or, now you're saying it's quite possible that somebody here, or this has to do with that. We'll see. Shout out Omar. Shout out Pooh on the check-in. Why was a La Tuta transferred? He's been locked the longest, I believe. Hey, so was Caro Quintero. They sent his ass over. They transfer him, motherfuckers, man. Maybe they're clearing space for the arrest they're about to make. They got room. Any arrest they're about to make is gonna make a quick turn. They're gonna be jumping the border, be over here for sure. They're gonna get expelled, bro. It's just what it is. La Tuta had Michoacán on lock when he was leading Los Caballeros Templarios. Shout out Adrian Torres on the check-in. I appreciate you. Lots of Sinaloa. Yeah, they got a lot of Sinaloans out there. A lot of from both sides. Couple hats, couple chapitos. And Flaquito's sick right now. They just picked him up a couple months ago and then bang, you in America. And that's how it was with Leo Waldo as well. A couple of the names on this list were exactly what we're saying we was asking for, right? We were saying we don't want no more old motherfuckers. Send some new arrests. Well, they did it in the first 29. There was the 2 dudes that got popped off on the day that supposedly Ivan went through that tunnel and got loose, right? Those 2 dudes got locked up, and by the weekend they was here. So it seems they're doing it in that manera, in that way. Ivan's gonna get captured soon. We'll see. El Hondo is said to be the driver of the plane that brought Yoma. How'd he get away? Or you think they locked him up that day and they just didn't mention who it was? Did we not hear about how El Hondo got popped off? How did El Hondo get popped off? How did he end up in custody? That'll answer the question if he was the pilot or not, no? Or did they secretly arrest him that day? Or did he jump out the plane as soon as he landed and ran the other way? Did he get away in that situation? Hit that like button on your way in, everyone. I agree. Salutes. Pilot, that's the pilot that brought Maya to America. But how do we know? Just because he's a pilot? I'm sure they got more than one pilot. 85% of those in Alligator Alcatraz are sick. He getting unalive in row. The Mexican government's under pressure. These guys know everything. Do they? I think the guys that know everything are the guys that are already locked up. The 2 at the top. Chapo's lawyer wrote a letter. To who, though? Because I know he couldn't talk to Chapo. I know Chapo wrote a letter, but he didn't do it with his lawyer. He bypassed the lawyer, went straight to the judge. The judge said, out of here with that shit. Get your lawyer on the phone. Z40 was in there for some years. That's cool. A lot of those people were in there for some years. Some of them just got popped. Mento's brother-in-law just got popped. Lil Waldo got popped. Hondo got popped. Those are all recent. The info is out there on the pilot, so then you motherfuckers been holding out on me is what you're telling me. Shout out Primo on the check-in, and Quinny probably wealthier than all of them on that list put together. Shout out Upper Echelon on the check-in. Z40 was arrested in 2013. Yeah, y'all been holding out. If I don't know nothing about the pilot, how'd they get the pilot? Nobody told me how they got the pilot. We thought the pilot was gone, disappeared. Huh? Huh? Shout out there to check the Discord. Will do. That's a sick cap shot. I don't think I seen you wear the classic black and white Sox hat. That one is sick. I don't wear classic. I wear different shit. Salutes. I got this one in many varieties. Appreciate you. Let's see what I got. 298 been holding out. Alright, here's the letter. Shout out Teddy, pushing the content forward. Shout out Shannon, been pushing the content forward. Velez. The pilot was grabbed in Jesus Maria, I believe. Alright, there it is. Alright, I'm going to get to that in a sec. Brashelon said he knew the Queenies. The pilot was grabbed in Jesus Maria. Been top notch in Michoacan. So evidently, Chapo made enough noise to get it. Well, his lawyer, if his lawyer wasn't getting word to Chapo, maybe the lawyer should have been the one that sent the letter, to begin with. The lawyer sound like he off his shit. Right? Let's see, Encinosa Law, PA. Israel Jose Encinosa. Dear Judge Kogan. Now he's writing to the judge. In response to the letter filed by defendant Joaquin Loera, please note that Mr. Guzman mailed that letter over 2 months ago. And by the time that said letter was docketed with the clerk of the court, the undersigned attorney had already executed the SAM's affirmation and was authorized to engage in legal communication with the defendant, Joaquin Archibaldo. The undersigned attorney has been authorized to engage in ongoing attorney-client telephone calls and personal conferences with Mr. Guzman Loera. In fact, the undersigned attorney has been authorized to meet with Mr. Loera at Florence ADX. Therefore, there are no outstanding issues regarding attorney-client communication between Mr. Guzman Loera and the undersigned attorney. All right, so boom, his attorney's been allowed to see him, I guess. So if he's writing the judge to let the judge know that the attorney now can see him, then the judge didn't do nothing. He's just clarifying for the judge. That means somebody, whether it's that attorney or the federal government, got in contact with the Board of Prisons and cleared up their situation. Am I right or am I wrong? Somebody tell me I'm bullshit. Tell me if I'm not. So what I said could have been true. Poacher jumping, and sending a letter to the judge, which he wasn't supposed to do, which the judge told him, no, you got to go through your lawyer, and he's arguing, no, but I can't go through my lawyer, right? But that made enough noise for articles, which probably made the United States government say, let's see what he got to talk about. Maybe he got something to give up now. I don't know. But it sounds like a circle jerk to me. Salute Steady for sending that paperwork. Salute Omar for putting it on the, for bringing it up. And salutes to me for feeling like motherfuckers been holding out on me with the pilot, man. The fuck? Yeah, yo, I believe it was the same pilot, Ivan pilot. That's what they're telling me, that it was Ivan's pilot. But we've been talking about a missing pilot for months. Nobody told me that we thought who they had. And my question is, did they arrest him the same day that they got Yoma and keep it secret? Why would they do that? Why didn't they say 3 people arrested? The pilot, Joaquin, and the other guy. Was it because the other guy already had a deal? What is it? What is it going to be? Oh, shit. Boldo wants to free these motherfuckers, man. Free them. Shout out Boldo on the check-in. Salutes. Free them. Which one? We got to Flaquito. Free Flaquito, man. It's fun. That's why his ass is booked. You know, the has turned in the info to their friendly cops on payroll. That's why whose ass is booked? Again, salutes to Bordo. Thank you for checking in. All right. And always, again, if you got something to say, let me know, man. I'll drop you the link. Is Chapo being held in the mainland Unit H or Range 13 and 80X? I don't know. When did the pilot get caught? That's all I want to know. Did he get caught the same day? Did El Hondo? Or is it just another pilot and we just putting all that shit together? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Wow. There it is right there. This is Bordeaux's the free Flaquito right here. Pablo Edwin Huerta, leader of the CAF Arellano Felix Cartel, formerly the Tijuana Cartel. I don't know, man. Motherfuckers. Well, but my question is, is there there's definitely other pilots, so how we put that together? Now I want to know. When did he get caught? Let's see. The pilot that flew El Mayo into the U.S. February 11th, Mexico arrests pilots who may have flown. Okay, let's check this out. Oh, maybe we did cover this. I do remember covering this guy. I remember seeing his mugshot and putting it up. I do remember this. But they never confirmed it. Mexico arrests pilots who may have flown Sinaloa cartels in the U.S. Right, that's my point. How did they not get him then? He was like, nah, why didn't they say it that day is my question. How didn't they get him that day? Where did he go that day? That's why I don't believe it's the same guy. But I'm going to read. And this is from February. Omar Fuchs suggested that a man detained in Sinaloa on Saturday was the pilot of the private plane that transported alleged Sinaloa cartel members of Miles Zambada to the United States last July. How the fuck did he get off the tarmac, is my question. Can somebody explain that to me? If that's true, that he was arrested in Mexico, Zambada and Guzman were arrested at Doña Ana County International Jetport in New Mexico after they disembarked the plane. They snatched them and forced them. Tuesday morning press conference. The Attorney General was still investigating the suspect arrested on Saturday, but he disclosed that the man identified as Marroen is a trusted pilot of the leader of the criminal cell that has to do with the illegal abduction of the person who was handed over to the U.S. How? That was my first thought then. Whether it was an American pilot or a Mexican pilot, that he had a deal, right? But that shit don't make sense. It's like we're I don't know, man. A suspect arrested on Saturday. So in July 2024, he flies over the border with precious cargo, and then poof, he disappears.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world
How?
he didn't exist.
Then you arrest some jerk off in Mexico that's another pilot, and then you tell me he's the one because he's a pilot? Whatever happened to the plane? Whatever happened to anything? Nobody wants to say shit, but everybody wants to say everything. We got 60 different, what's the word? Conspiracies and no evidence of shit. How, Sway? How? You know what I'm saying? Well, he just jumped off the plane and bounced. Shout out Fernando on the check-in. Appreciate you. That's why I can't trust the news. I can't trust the government. I can't trust nothing. It doesn't make sense. He pulled a flash on them. He pulled a flash. Got the fuck out of there. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so, because nobody else is scrutinizing this information that's being thrown in their face all day and spoken to them in comments and chat rooms. They're not scrutinizing it. They're not thinking about it. Maybe I'm stupid. I'm just some dumb YouTuber. But it doesn't make sense to me that in July, a Mexican Cartel member flies in a jet with the top boss in the back seat, and then he disappears and makes it off the tarmac and makes it off the airport and makes it back to Mexico.
No mommy's wait.
Free Flaquito is wild. Free Flaquito is wild. I'm gonna, that's home turf. That's home turf for Bordo. I'm gonna let him hold that one. You know what I'm saying? I don't know Flaquito's sins. I only know the big boys. You know, the Chapos and the Yomas, and fuck those guys. He was the real DB Cooper. I don't know, man. This shit sounds dumb to me. Wait, will Yoma know who the pilot is? Why wouldn't he expose that? He probably wouldn't know who the pilot is. Or he could. He probably wouldn't care. That's somebody's worker. He probably don't know. He just know he got smacked up and thrown into an airplane. But miss me with, just because this guy's Ivan's pilot, he's the guy that piloted that aircraft, because to have disappeared, there we go. That's all it takes right there, Bordo. I'd tell a motherfucker to free a motherfucker too if he saved me from a snatching. All right, Bordo, stay on YouTube. Don't give nobody a reason to snatch you, bro. All right? And make sure you call us if you need some help. We got your back, bro. You know what I mean? My thought was, if the pilot's going to disappear into thin air like Kaiser Soze,
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
he was United States government and part of that plan. It's the only way I thought he disappeared. But to tell me that a Cartel member flew the plane and then disappeared, fuck out of here. That plane didn't sit on that runway all day waiting for the feds to come get it. Feds knew that plane was coming. They were right there. There wasn't no chance of the pilot disappearing. He was let go or he was incarcerated. So this shit don't make sense to me. It sounds like more internet bullshit talk. And we get a lot of that. Alright? But yeah, shout out Bordo, boy. If I got snatched and somebody help free me, well then, free that motherfucker, man. He gotta give it one more chance at, you know what I'm saying, living a good life. This shit sounds ridiculous to me, though. is a trusted pilot of the leader of the criminal cell that has to do with illegal abduction of the person. Yeah. And here, listen to how they word it. Listen to how they word it. He disclosed that the man identified as Mauro N. is a trusted pilot of the leader of the criminal cell that has to do with the illegal abduction of the person who was handed over in the United States. None of that shit means he was the pilot. None of that shit means he was the pilot. All it means is he was the pilot of the guy that runs the Chapitos, who are the guys that snatched up Yoma. We run with that shit and we say, got him. The fuck are we talking about, bro? Well, mama's way.
No mommy's way.
Shout out Boldo. Thumbs up, checking in. Shout out Vernon Hines. Appreciate you. And Boldo flexing that street cred. I can't fucking argue with it, Papa. I can't argue with it. That one, you stop that one right there. Don't forget Fito's in the U.S. too. Look at Primo. Look at Primo clout chasing. Primo clout chasing. He was in the hood. I was in the hood, bro. I went to O Block. A Tesla plane flew itself. Sounds like the plane flew itself. Sounds like the news and these publications send everybody off into thinking that they caught some fucking pilot that did it. No. But they'll tell you that. And now they'll tell you that now you think that he's one of the guys that got expelled. 29 said, man, it was all set up by the U.S. government. People really think otherwise. Wasn't all set up by the U.S. government. I believe it was a collaboration. I believe that the pilot was an American. That, poof, disappeared. And look at Primo. I touched the nerve. Clout chasing, you clout chasing. Fuck what you talking about. Clout chasing. You was in O Block. I was in O Block. Makes no sense, man. This person is linked to attacks and confrontations with authorities with trafficking rugs in the United States. So we just broke down that line, and that's the line that did it. This is the line that caused the confusion and has everybody in my chat, my friends included, the usual suspects included, saying, that's the guy that was flying the plane. That's the guy that was flying the plane. And it's this line right here. It's this line. It's a tricky fucking line. Is a trusted pilot of the leader of the criminal cell that has to do with the illegal abduction of the person who was handed over to the U.S. Omar Harfouk is a motherfucking jerk-off. Primo, you fucking clout chaser, Primo. I fucking touch whatever nerve I want to touch, Primo. Alright? Put you in a fucking bag.
Put him in a fucking bed, you might.
Pilot had a deal in place. That's my thought. But I don't think this guy's the pilot. I don't think that the guy that everybody's saying is the pilot is the pilot. Now we're talking about this what is it? What's fool's name? Mauro N. Is that the same person identified as Hondo? Or is Hondo another guy? Shout out Velez. Velez said I said supposedly. There you go. Supposedly. Okay, I'll take it back. Supposedly. But you weren't the only one that said it. I'm saying, why is Harfouk such a jerk-off? That's my point. He's a jerk-off. He just played word twister on that shit. Now, if we go back to the list, where's this pilot? So anybody that's a pilot could have been the pilot? No, this is Mauro N. Mauro Nunez. Same guy. Pilot for Ivan Archivaldo. So, let's dead that shit, that he's the pilot. Because unless somebody wants to give me proof that he's the pilot. As far as I'm concerned, the pilot is a U.S. pilot because nobody spoke about that motherfucker ever since. Shh. Ain't heard of him, ain't seen him. And the closest thing you got to it is Harfouk saying that. And you know what, Primo? Why is Harfouk such a jerk off? Maybe it's true what Zoraida brought to the table a long time ago. That old girl Cyberbomb knows everything that's going on. And probably Harfouk does too. And they gotta have an answer for that pilot. And the answer is, well, this guy's a pilot and he's a guy that's connected to the guys connected to the guy that got snatched. Meanwhile, everybody runs off with it. That's my point. But it's because they're wording it that way. The pilot was in on the... Yeah, if you ask me, the pilot was U.S. There's no way the pilot was somebody that was going to, jump off the plane and run across the border back to Mexico. It just wasn't going to happen. And if the pilot was a Mexican pilot from the Bartels, why didn't they arrest him right then and there? And why wasn't it announced to us that he was arrested right then and there? Shout out Shannon. Velez, supposedly and allegedly. Facts. I'm just saying, though, like, this is what they do to us. I get frustrated. And as you could tell, I throw their bullshit out of my mind and keep with the facts. And to me, the fact still is nobody knows who that pilot was. And if I'm taking a guess, that pilot was an American citizen. Or if it was a Mexican, it was a Mexican with a deal. And I doubt that part. They never had to answer for it. The U.S. side hasn't had to answer for it. Mexico hasn't had to answer for it. If you watch the video, they were waiting for the plane and were quick to get them off. Definitely probably did. That's my point. It wasn't like they got there, parked the plane, called the feds, and then in that time, Buddy got loose. Nah. It was, we're on our way. Ahorita llegamos. Shout out Young Jizzle on the check-in. Appreciate you, sir. You know? See what you're saying, but everyone does that shit now. This person has tied to Cartel, but why? Because they got with an 8-ball of the and speak Spanish. Fuck out of here. But my point is, these guys are in the game. These guys are connected to the people, but they just want to throw that he was the guy. No, don't do that. They can't do that. I absolutely believe Cyberbomb knows it all. Cyberbomb is quietly behind the scenes playing with the United States government, cleaning up her country. Maybe. He got away because he was cleaning the plane when the feds pulled up, and he said, housekeeping. Yeah. But I don't believe they, that we know who flew that plane. And guess what? They don't talk about it. We don't never hear about it from nobody. We never hear about it. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. All right? Now the question is, how many of these guys going to make deals? Are we putting up a poll? Huh? Expelled. How many of the expelled prisoners snitch, all right? Will it be trying to think how to do this in numbers. Will it be, let me see. How could I word this? Will it be, I don't know. Let's say only 10 of them. Let's say 20 of them. And then we'll add all of them. Or we're going to add one more. We're going to add an absurdity. None of them. Start the poll. So they all snitches. Hell shit. House cleaning, definitely a deal. Hasta la pregunta insulta. He said the question's insulting. Sorry, they all getting deals. Hey, you get a deal. You get a deal. You get a deal. Everybody gets a fucking deal. Hit the like button. I need a softer pillow. I like my coffee with sugar, no milk. Come on, man. Everybody gets a fucking deal. Flaquito unalived and snatched hundreds, if not thousands, and we bigging him up for freeing one. Hey man, he freed our friend 298. If he freed you, I'd big him up. Now you know my bigging up of him is not real, of course, but you know. But if he freed you 298, you know what I mean? If you wore a hat, you'd be a little bit more forgiving to him, right, motherfucker?
No mommy's wake.
I gotta refresh my drink, y'all, cause it's hotter than fucking titty sweat in here, and I need to do that shit. Want some extra chicken, man? He want, you know, he want an extra chicken, extra piece of chicken. I want my fucking chop. 75% so far say all of them making deals. 25% say 10 are gonna make deals, and nobody said none of them. Nobody. Shout out Ricardo. Everybody gets a fucking deal. Hit the like button. You get a deal. You get a deal. Everybody gets a soft pillow. Fuck. They wildin'. It's gonna get to a point where they're gonna be like sneaker resellers, all selling to each other. They're all just gonna be snitching on each other at some point. We're not gonna get no new information. Free deals like warm bread. And what does the U.S. government do when you give them something? They liberate you and clean you. They clean you of all your sin, your pecados. You didn't do nothing. Nothing to see here. So stop acting like you care about. You care about information. You care about arrests. You care about headlines. You care about, money for sales. You care about filling up private prisons. But stop acting like you care about the morality of it all. Stop playing like you care about the people that are being oppressed and hurt. You don't care. You care about the deal. You care about the the headline that you got extraditions and you did this and that. You know? But you willing to wipe away their transgressions as long as they snitch for you. Hotter than giraffe nuts. Shit, I bet some of them already been working with them for real. I don't doubt it. They trying to get ahead of the motherfucker in front of them in line with the hood over his head. This guy probably told him everything already. I had to get my shit in. Huh? Let's see what we looking like on this poll. 80% say all of them. 20% say 10 of them. Now I know the Queenies is a faction. Is El Queenie their boss, the big guy? Depends on their sentence, to be honest. Lots of them will never get out, so why would they take a deal? Also, if they are considered terrorists now, they should know what's coming to them. Stop assuming anybody knows anything. This is arrogance at play here. And secondly, old folks that's finna, spend their last day in prison, you give them the opportunity to give you something, they're going to give it to you, dog. They want that stay to be better than ever. They want to make sure they got a soft pillow and an extra piece of chicken, bro. Sadly, the rug industry will never end as long as the gringos need it. Well, Americans, yeah. There's always going to be a demand, so there will always be a supply. Whether it comes from internal sources, external sources, whatever, there'll be a supply. There will be a supply. Shit's crazy. Hit the like button if you ever had to do so, yo. But they need to stop pretending that they care about the morality involved in this. And this is just headlines, man. Trumpito want to be able to say, I extradited them. It was huge. We brought them all here. They told us what we needed to know about each other. At least for better living conditions and to avoid ADX. That's it. That's it. They want a little, some hot pictures and some hot food. Now, there was another article that I wanted to check out that touches on this whole. Here we go. To this whole terrorism part of it. Shout out there, your Trump voice. It's huge. I'm not saying none will take a deal. I'm just saying some of them might not. Maybe. Why won't they though? Because they stand up and they're logical? No, they're going to ask for something. All of them going to ask for something. All right. 15% say 10, 8% say 20, 77% say all of them, 0% say none of them. Primo, evidently you haven't put in your vote, bro. Well, you probably did. You didn't pick none of them, though. What is Tuta going to offer them that he hasn't already exposed? He got nothing to offer. Doesn't mean he ain't going to offer something. He'll make something up. You think he'd be the first? Wonder which one of these guys has access to the most money in the U.S. Would any of that do them any good right now? I'm asking because I'm curious. I'm not being a smartass. No commissary for them. I did. I said 10. Okay. No, they want their fucking chop, boy. Want my fucking chop. You can say something to somebody. Oh, and here's the thing. It don't have to be all of that to get a extra piece of bread. So-and-so got a tunnel over there. So-and-so got 2 labs over there. So-and-so got a brothel over there. So-and-so got a finca over there. You know, that's all it takes, bro. There's a scale. Everybody can't bring you a mile in the trunk. You know what I mean? Excuse me. All right, we're going to move on because I want to look at this here. This just sparked up with my thoughts on what Primo just said about, they know that they're terrorists and this and that. Pretty soon, boy, if you say the wrong thing on a live chat in a chat box, they're gonna be able to say that you're a terrorist. Money in the U.S., probably none. Money in the U.S. Hit the like button, y'all. Let's get it. Let me stop this recording. You're right. Looking at it that way, you're right. They can offer small shit like that too. That's all they need. If they know they're not going nowhere and they want some, they want a iced tea with some ice in it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't, Now the guys that want to get time off, well, they're gonna have to be like, well, Ivan Archibaldo got a airplane hangar here, and he keeps his money here. Yeah. Chavo's wife is American citizen. I'm sure they built stuff there. This is my assumption. Shout out Ivan Livas on the check-in. Salutes. I mean, the heck gonna get me in trouble? Boy. Little gorrita. They'll be all up in your fucking bubble.
I'm in your bubble.
No. That's how it's gonna be in the future. That right there. This is my point. So let me start this back up right here because this is my point. At what point does the Bartels being acknowledged terrorists, doesn't a gang member in the U.S. get himself a package, right, who is 30 degrees of separation from the guy in Sinaloa, right? But that package came from there, and guess what? Now you a terrorist. How long before that happens? I think quicker than we think. They can predict you're likely to be terrorist. Minority Report. They can predict these nuts. Fuck them and their predictions. All right? Salute Shannon. They need to get out of my face with their predictions. These bitches is kangaroo courts and fucking Keystone Cops. You can't predict shit. But they can line you up. FBI looks to add Bartel and gang associates to terrorist watch list. Ganga's in trouble now, huh? Ganga's in trouble now. The FBI has asked local police to submit the names of people tied to rug Bartels and gangs to the U.S. government's terrorist watch list created after 9/11, which can land more Americans on the list. Not the guys that shoot up schools. You know what I mean? Not the guys that shoot up schools. They're not on the terrorist list? Huh? Oh, man. But if you're a Latin king, if you're a disciple, if you're a motherfucking, if you're a Crip or blood, they're going to decide what they want to do. Shout out there. Your t-shirt and the government go well together. A bunch of Pinochos, man. Except this Pinocho buys too much sneakers. Shout out Zaya. This is a Zaya X design. Last pair, I swear. Right. Pinocchio's a lying ass sneaker shopper. Palantir, I don't know who that is. They couldn't, they could, so, yeah. They could miss me with the Minority Report shit. They can't even, listen. Or they can, they just don't. They can't even predict cancers or heal this or heal that. Now they want to arrest you before you even think of committing the crime. They can miss me with that bullshit. FBI and DEA too busy doing their foot patrols in D.C. looking stupid. Looking like they don't know what to do with themselves. I need that t-shirt for a hater at home. It's always a hater. There's always a hater. You'd be like, hey man, last pair, I swear. All right, I'll send you the link. See if I can find it. But it be like that. They can't even listen. You know when they could come with that bullshit, Shannon. When there's no more false imprisonments, right? You see these guys 40 years, 30 years in prison and they didn't do a thing. If they can't get that right, they can miss me with their predictions. Fuck them. Real talk. Real talk. Shout out, yeah, he doesn't have it up there, HG. I'll let you know when that shirt is up there, but he don't have it right now. I'll drop the link, though, for the shit he do got, but he don't have that one up there. When he does, I'll let you know. But yeah, man. They're going to be able to say anybody's a gangster, a terrorist at this point. But they've been working on that for years, trying to get us to that point.
You don't want no problems.
Let's see. The FBI has asked local police to submit the names of people tied to drug cartels and gangs to the United States government terrorist watch list created after 9/11, which can land more Americans on the list, according to law enforcement documents seen by Reuters. The Bureau told law enforcement agencies in a May 9th email to share the names of the people they believe are linked to 8 criminal groups. Motherfucker, you just said that in the last paragraph, bro. These people is thirsty for numbers, thirsty for clicks, all of that shit. Yeah, Palantir, largest surveillance service, along with flock cameras. Fuck them too. All right, they are Skynet. They are, that is bullshit. They are the government. They can kiss my, look, government, kiss my balls, government. You know what I mean? Predict these nuts, government. That's how I feel about that. They can't even fucking figure out if somebody was guilty or not guilty in this country. Okay? So they could flock these nuts. Fuck them. There's no justice in predicting someone's crime. There's none of that shit. None of that shit. Look at DC because Elon's side piece did a fake photo op like he got beat up. Trump distracting from the Epstein files. Distracting from all kind of shit. Now they want to predict. You don't have to predict. Fuck you. That's my thoughts of them. All of them. This ain't Minority Report. They ain't even figured out how to do none of the shit from Star Wars yet. We're gonna move to Minority Report? Nah. They could predict. They didn't predict 9/11. The existence of the email, which was obtained by the National Security Focused Transparency nonprofit Property to People through a public records request and shared with Reuters, has not been previously reported. The email was sent to law enforcement agencies and groups, including the National Sheriff's Association, which confirmed receiving it from the FBI. The FBI declined to answer, of course, detailed questions about the email, instead referring to an earlier statement that said, watch listing is an effective tripwire keeping those who would engage in violent criminal acts, illicit drug trade, and human smuggling trafficking out of the country. The watch list contained 1.1 million names, including about 6,000 U.S. citizens and permanent legal residents as of August 2024, according to a January report from the Privacy and Civil Liberties Oversight Board, which is the most recent federal data available. The change means that local police officers are likely to see more terrorism alerts when they conduct traffic stops or run background checks using the National Crime Information Center database, the FBI said in the email. Listen, man. Gangueros, I'm telling you, bro, be worried. If you're out there selling dope, they're going to try to connect you to that terrorist watch list. It's what they're going to do. It is what it is. Okay, just like Shannon talking about how they want to predict your shit. They don't even want to predict. They just say, hey, man, you so dope over here that came from over there, you're a terrorist. That's it. They don't even have to predict that shit. They got you, dead to rights. That shit, that file shit is a fluke. We ain't never gonna see none of that shit. Gone. It's disappeared. National Guard treatment. National Guard, lick my nuts. Sorry to be so crude, ladies. This is how I feel about these motherfuckers. National Guard is not supposed to be patrolling American streets. Anybody that voted for that shit, you're a clown. Friend or foe, you're a fucking clown. Keep giving your liberties away, you're gonna have a soldier with his foot on your fucking neck. Then what you gonna do? You still gonna fucking stand on your decision because you're playing this fucking game that they threw at y'all to keep you occupied while they send the military to knock on your fucking door. You're gonna get pulled over for speeding by a soldier. You don't think nothing's wrong with it. Goofy shit. Goofy shit. The Trump administration in February declared gangs including MS-13, Tren de Aragua, and the Sinaloa drug cartel foreign terrorist organizations, saying they pose a risk to national security and economic interests. The document sent by a former FBI assistant director said that agencies that possess information about members of these organizations, including their family members and associates, are required to share with the National Counterterrorism Center. The FBI-led Threat Screening Center would then lead an effort to determine which names should be added. The Bureau also told local police that it had recently added 300 immigration records to the National Crime Enforcement Information Center database, including people who are facing administrative warrants for removal from the United States. Sorry, Tere. My apologies, Tere. I got better. I've tried to get my lowest to the lowest insults, and that's as good as it gets. Whatever was on that list, I won't believe a word of it. It's done. Did you see piece of shit Cash Patel a few months ago say DC was extremely safe? Next week comes out like a dope next to Trump saying the contrary. We keep trying to make sense of lies. We keep trying to make sense of politics. We keep trying to make sense of all of these things that are simply there to fucking confuse you and to help you spread confusion and to help you have these conversations. It's all smoke and mirrors. None of it is real. We've given them power. They've worn suits. We've given them... It's just all... It's all a trick. See, Zorada's used to this shit. It's all bullshit, bro. The Cash Patels, the all of this, the all of that. This one said this, and this is... What's his face? Fucking, Triple H standing behind dude. It's all a circle jerk, bro. We are being gaslighted. Which simply means we're being lied to. We've always been lied to. We keep looking for the truth in the lie. Sorry. You're not going to find it. You're just going to drive yourself crazy wondering. They did that 100 times in New Orleans during Katrina. National Guard abandoned prisoners. Do you think that list is only going to have present dealers or past too? What you mean? This list, this ganga list? Past or present? Yeah, I think it's, I think now they're combining the two. If they had you on a watch list for dealing with the cartels, now they got you on a terrorist watch list. That's how I feel it is, you know what I mean? My sister was in D.C. for 2 weeks and came back and said she was surprised how safe it was, and the next day... Let's not get it fucked up, okay, Fernando? Because I know you like playing the game, too, and you like wearing your cape. Salutes to you, right? Next day, Trump comes out and say D.C.'s a shithole. D.C.'s been a shithole for a long time, bro. Okay? There's a shithole everywhere. Okay? There's a shithole everywhere. I seen shit in the early 2000s in D.C. that would blow your mind. All right? America's a shithole. And everybody is safe until they're not. You could be in Chicago, you could be in your neighborhood, and you could call it safe, and shit be different the day that it's not. It's safe for you at that moment, on that day. But everybody knows shit changed like that. Shit changed like that. Shit changed like that. There's beautiful neighborhoods in this city that you will get smoked in. And we just got to come to that conclusion that the United States is a shithole. Now, I don't know how it is in Colorado or this or that. But you go to these major metropolises and there's a lot of beauty. You get smoked right there. We ain't never needed the National Guard. I'll tell you, a couple years we might have needed some National Guard assistance. We didn't get none. National Guard ain't going to save you from them. National Guard ain't going to save you from your own government. And what did they have in play for that? Your weapons. And guess what? They want to take that from you too. Nobody's safe, bro. So, respect to you, Fernando, but I'm sure she was safe. Could something have gone left? Absolutely. Because something can go left on any street in America. Any street. This idea that, oh, but this one's worse than the other one, National Guard, blah, blah, blah. This is all games. There's no reason behind nothing. He's a big dopey kid in a room with a bunch of buttons and he's pushing them all. I done told y'all this 1,000 times. Stop looking for sense in it. There's no sense in it. There's no sense in the Democratic side. There's no sense in the Republican side. There's no sense in the White House. When the National Guard takes over your city, you're not living under martial law. What he accused Obama was going to do. What he kept saying Obama was going to do. Shout out Vicente. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you for checking in. I thank God your sister had a good experience in D.C. And you go to D.C. and you in that Capitol, oh, it's beautiful. You look down the street, oh, it's nice. But anything can happen in D.C., just like anything can happen in Chicago, just like anything can happen in New York, just like anything can happen in L.A., period. Period. He don't have to, your sister did not have to go there and see crime riddling the streets for him to say what he was going to say. He's going to say that shit regardless. All he has to do is say it. For most of the American people, or at least the ones that voted for him, to believe that shit. I mean, he just cussed a whole paragraph straight. I mean, coño, Tere, you came here. I was cussing when you showed up. All right, you know who I am. Sometimes I cuss a lot. Sometimes I don't. I will not be policed. Yes, Fernando. BS, wasted taxpayer money. That's all it is. Why don't you talk, Cash Patel? Fuck Cash Patel. He's a dork in the suit that we gave credit for being smart. Who the fuck is he? Shout out Split That Pie. Who gonna be gone soon? Split That Pie? Who gonna be gone? Bad shit can happen anywhere at any time. What I'm saying is that it isn't called for if you want to fix issues. Put money into areas that are the problem. We know that, bro. They're not gonna do that. They don't want to hear you say that. Money doesn't fix everything. It would fix a whole lot. It would fix a whole lot. For generations upon generations. It gives some kind of hope. So if you have 50 families that would have otherwise been fucked up for generations on generations, you give one generation hope and maybe that shit bubbles. They don't want that. Fernando, I need motherfuckers like you to go run for president and fix this shit. And don't let the power corrupt you. Absolutely. Because absolute power corrupts absolutely. And some motherfuckers, you can't give power. You can't give a lame power. You give a lame power, now he feels sexy. You give a lame power, now he feels strong. You give a lame power, now he feels like a supermodel. He's the man now. You give a lame power, eventually he gonna feel like God. You give a lame power, eventually he gonna feel like he could be bigger than God. It's bullshit. All bullshit. But we gotta stop trying to make sense. Oh, we are living the Truman Show. You are Truman. I am Truman. It's not some truth and he's doing good for some people. No. There's no good in it. There's no good in it. He gonna say, what can I say? Sorry, he gonna say what he thinks. Salute. Shout out Ravens. Salute. All safe cities have a not safe area that is dangerous, that has been ignored. Right? All they have a not safe place that has been ignored for generations upon generations. And they say, oh, look at how these people treat their own neighborhood. They have nothing. You've given them nothing. They had nothing to work with from the beginning. That makes too much sense for them to do. Too much sense. Too much sense. Split that pie. Who's going to be gone soon? Did I miss it again? But now, it's gotten to the point where now they're going to connect gangs to this terrorism shit. And then it's going to be, oh, you say, I saw you say this on Twitter. Sounds real terrorist to me. And then it's going to be, we heard that your friend told us that you said this. And sounds very terrorist to me. And it just so on and so forth. How you think that big dork with the mustache in Germany did it? Shout out Vicente, everyone. Y'all got shot worked up this afternoon. They got me fucking fired up. Not them, the government got me fired up. But I'm just tired of us thinking that this is... No, we're living in the Truman Show. This is not a byproduct of this action and that action. It's all theater. All of it. We're about to end this poll. It looks like nobody voted that none of them will get... will snitch. It's 64% said all of them, 20% said 20 of them, and 16% said 10 of them. Let's end that. You think that split that part? He was talking about Trompito? Gone soon? Fuck you mean soon? 3 years? Shit. Look at the damage he done in a couple of months. No jodimos. It's all scripted. Here's the problem, Vicente. It's not even scripted. These bitches is freestyling, and the worst part about them freestyling, they're like today's rappers. They're freestyling, and they suck. But they're confident that they cold as hell at freestyling. What? They're trash at freestyling, but they're freestyling they're freestyling a chess game with the world. Crazy. Banana shit. Crazy shit. But there's never enough evidence for a fool. There'll be a Trompito tell me he's a good man. Same people said the same shit about Biden. I think they're all jerk-offs. All of them. Let's see. A state law enforcement office that helps facilitate intelligence sharing between federal, state, and local officials issued a bulletin in late July providing instructions about how to submit names for potential inclusion on the watch list, according to a copy seen by Reuters. Civil liberties advocates say the U.S. government sometimes relies on questionable evidence to decide who to include. The U.S. watch listing system is already a notoriously error-prone, bloated, due process nightmare, and this instruction raises major red flags, said Hina Shamsi, director of ACLU's National Security Project. The White House and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence said the government will use every legal avenue available to prevent terrorists from unaliving Americans. Oh yeah, all you little gangueros out there, you catch a body, they're going to say you're a terrorist on American soil catching bodies. Not the guys that shoot up the schools. Nobody talks about them. Nobody want to talk about them. In the Bartel context, when you're talking about people inside the U.S., the watch list reach becomes even broader because of the way drug trafficking networks play off. It's broader, bro. You could throw more people in there. No worries. A former Department of Homeland Security attorney who is now the Brennan Center for Justice. He said it remains unclear whether low-level gang affiliates who sell or transport rugs would be labeled terrorists. It remains unclear, y'all. Even if they have no idea their work is connected to one of the designated cartels. ¿Qué te dije? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? All they got to do is say, oh yeah, him. Yeah, that's Juanito Bin Laden right there. Yeah, terrorist. Yeah. Put him on the list. Yeah, he sells dope for the Sinaloa Cartel, another terrorist group. We've been saying it. The game is over. The game is over. The game is over. The game is over. It's dead. Best analogy I heard. Which one? The freestyle? They suck at freestyling. But they freestyling. It's not even scripted. They freestyling. They want to seem incompetent, but they're not stupid. They want to seem incompetent, but they're not stupid. No, they're incompetent. You can be. They're just good at fucking people over, but they're definitely incompetent. Most of the people in government have had some sort of higher education and some sort of coaching from people with experience in corruption. So what? They're intelligent. They've just been taught this bullshit over and over. This is how they move. They move to oppress. This is how they move, bro. Higher education. I know college motherfuckers that couldn't talk themselves off a street corner, out of a fucking paper bag, out of a situation. I don't just give smarts to suits and degrees. A degree don't mean shit. Mind you, these people didn't have to be smart to get in the positions that they're in. They just had to be who they are. They just had to come from the family they came from. They just had to come from the circles that they came in, from the fraternity, from the sorority. From the supper club, from the country club, from the golf course. It's all bullshit. Fortunately, the game will never be over. No, I just told you the game's over, dog. I mean, the game's still going. Good luck. I don't have no hope that you'll make it out of it unscathed. Can't. Maybe people should just keep their mouth shut and stay off the internet. Who you talking about, Split That Fire? Nah, the game's dead, dog. We're talking about a specific game. Between the snitches, the cameras, and the terrorist watch list, game over. Y'all can play if you want. Go right ahead. Play at your own risk. You always did. You always played at your own risk. But my point is, you ain't going to get out unscathed. It's just not, Democrats will never. God bless the country with Trump. The leader of the country expects the best out of everyone. Get off of his dick. This is you right here, boy. Where you at, man? Come on, you going to play or you not going to play? This shit pisses me off because I want to fucking play this shit. This you right here, though.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
You know what I mean? With your daddy Trump, 822. That's your daddy? He's so smart. I hope he lock your ass up and put you on a watch list. Huh? You cuck. Would you let me ask you a question, 822. Would you let Trump have his way with your wife while you watch? Because some of you guys talk like that. Like he's like, like you willing to cuck for the man. My industry turned illegal, but there'll always be people selling other stuff. It'll never stop until this world stops. No. I didn't say crime will not stop. The game is over. The rug game that we knew, the streets that we knew are dead. It's dead. Having a degree doesn't make you smart. Higher education doesn't mean you're smarter, but that's how they learn the rules. They learn the rules because they were told at their dinner table that they were here to own everything. Me and Trump clap. You could never, me and Trump clapping your wife's cheeks right now. You guys would be too busy baby oiling each other. You know what I'm saying? You'd be too busy glazing, dude, to do anything else. 822. You keep a fucking orange man in your mouth. Okay? The Democrats, they're cucks too. They'd sit there and watch with you. So look at the cabinet. Either thrice billionaires or look at their families. That's it. Karma always comes back around, good or bad. I'm starting not to believe in that shit either. Talk about these so-called gangsters that show their face and talk on the internet since one do drug dealers have Facebook. You ready for the answer? Since Facebook has existed, all you had to do was introduce this shit to them. Just like the party line back in the day. All you have to do is introduce it to them. That's it. Nah, miss me with that bullshit. You came in talking shit. You just a soundbite. Yeah, America. No mama's way.
No mommy's way.
Blindly, just America until he got you on your knees. So you do what you want to do. They claim DEI was a problem and look into legacies in all these Ivy League schools. For those who don't know what are legacies are kids who automatically get in because their parents went there. That's it. Kid could be dumber than a bag of shit. He gets to go because daddy did. Causes too much attention when you get on the internet and brag and show guns. They're dum-dums. They're dum-dums. They're dum-dums. Oh, you took your respect back? We already saw it. You can't take it back, puta. Bichete, why you time him out for 10 seconds? He didn't say nothing. Oh, he didn't take it back. You took it back for him. It's only 60 seconds, 8:22. You can come back. You know, this is a democracy. You know what? It's not a democracy. It's a dictatorship, just like your daddy. And when I feel like putting you in a fucking...
Put him in a fucking bench.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Split that part. The fucking streets we knew are dead, bro. Cameras, cooperators, and fucking... what's the word? Watch lists. To be in the 90s and 2000s, but there'll be drug dealers making hundreds of thousands of dollars every single day forever. It's changed. It's gonna have to be done differently. I don't mind if you voted for Trump, but he lost me when he said God blessed us. If that's a man God blessed us to be led by, then I don't believe in God. What blows me is that, here's what blows me about him coming in here like that, is that the Mama Bicho probably didn't listen to nothing else that anybody said. And he didn't have no respect until I said fuck both sides. And that's how the Bartels move too. You are people that are easily blindly led. And you just run into conversations and say, America, let's go. And then you move on because you're not smart enough for the real conversation. So in my mind and in my heart, it's fuck you. I don't know all about politics. I just know enough to know it's bullshit. I know a scam when I see one. I know a scam when I see one. It's a scam. I've been predicting the shit that's happening this week, today, for years. Had that conversation with my mom all the time. Remember when I told you this? Look. Now I say, the Democrats do the same shit. They just do it quietly in secret. Some people rather that. It's crazy. Where the homie JP? I clapped 822 and on that JP. I don't know, man. I sent him the message. He's probably busy or napping or something. Now, I didn't come out here to preach today, Velez. I just came in here to talk my shit. But, you know, it is what it is. We hoodwigged, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. You know? I don't lie enough for me to have 1 million subs. I heard something today. It was funny, man. I heard the CEO of YouTube. And he said, you know what's the most important? It's not the algorithm. The algorithm is just your fan base. Most important thing is being authentic. If you're authentic, you connect with the people. Wrong. People don't want no real shit. People love that fake shit. They flock to it in droves. They flock to that fake shit in droves. They love it. Feed it to me. That's what they want. Feed me the fake shit. That's what they want. So I don't believe what he said about, you know, just they want authenticity. Nah. Nobody's ever wanted that. I've been there from day one. Look at this dork. Trump puts the dick in dictatorship. Did you think of that all by yourself or did somebody help you write that? Huh? Fuck all Democrats. See? You're not an American. You're not an American, bro. You're just a dork. If you don't have a career in making money, if your career is based off of entertainment, you don't relate to the average person. Huh? You sound like you sound as smart as your name is. 822-509. You're an insult to El Torito. Dork. Did you think of that Trump joke all by yourself? And then it's fuck all Democrats? Damn. Your wife a Democrat? Problem is viewers can't tell the difference between fake creators and authentic creators. That's the truth. Well, most people can't see the truth. Most people, let's say you know somebody and people walk through the world with blinders on. You could be walking down the street towards your best friend, walk right past them, they don't see you. They don't see you. People are living with blinders on. If it isn't in their home, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. 822, I have zero respect for you. I believe you're fake into politics. You're just probably you just picked the side, and you're not smart enough to to realize that you're a Democrat too. Drives me nuts when they say the other side is pandering to minorities. Well, shit, let's make both sides pander until there's some legit change, forced change. Yeah, they're going to change the topography of this country. That's what they're going to do. They're going to change the they're going to change the they're going to change the populations of prisons is what they're going to change. They're going to change what a farm look like. Wait till we get all them white boys out there on the farm. People don't want to do research. 822 didn't do no research. He picked a side. That's it. Trump said some slick shit one day. He was like, I like it. Trump was like, we're huge. I'm going to do the biggest things ever. And dude was like, yeah. Trump was like, we got to take our country back. Make America great. He was like, yeah. That's all it took, his dumb ass. That's all it takes for you goofy motherfuckers, man. People don't see what they don't want to see. They don't want to see the monster. They don't want to see the monster. They want to run, hide, and act like nothing happened. Listen to Sean Ryan, the operator podcast, real podcasters. Why you here then, bitch? Why you here? Because you love my style. Right? Sean Ryan's a criminal and a snitch just like you. Huh? Nobody talks about that part, right? Huh? You ignore that he was a drug dealer, right? Punks. Y'all motherfuckers is punks. A real podcaster. Are you inferring that I'm not? Then why are you here, putita? I'm here calling you a putita and you still here. Even Sean Ryan be fake. They already exposed dude. And they and fake motherfuckers like dude. Shout out Speed and Blood on the subscription, I believe. Yeah, subscription. Appreciate you. Motherfucker wanna come tell me I'm fake.
Speedy and Blood just subscribed on YouTube.
All in love with Sean Ryan. I'm telling you, boy, you a wrecking ball, bro. You a wrecking ball. You did
I
right.
came in like a wrecking ball.
That's you right there, 822. Nut hugger. You see it? That's you. Miss me with the bullshit. Sean Ryan, go see a real podcaster. Shut up. They exposed. Yeah, they exposed you, clown. You just got exposed. What are you laughing at? You got exposed that you will fall for anything. You'll fall for anybody's bullshit. You'll fall for it. You'll fall for it. We don't need to predict your personality. We don't need no flock cameras to predict your personality. All you got to do is open your jerk off mouth and we know what you are. You know? So, let me finish this up, man.
You don't want no problems.
You're not worth my time, 822. You're beneath me. How about that? You should put the nut in place of the wrecking ball. No. The wrecking ball. Listen, I'm not trying to drive Tere away from us. The wrecking ball is enough metaphoric. You know, see, and then that's how educated you are, 822. That's how educated you are there. That's all you got. All you can say is fuck Chicago. You see? You would never smack me. Damn, JP came in like Stone Cold Steve Austin. You would never slap me. You know what I mean? Any gay fuck from Chicago get smacked the fuck. Bro, you would not. Oh, you know who talks like that on the internet? Pussies that don't smack nobody. You ain't never smacked shit, bro. You done probably got your eyeballs knocked loose before. Y'all the only motherfuckers that talk like that on the internet. It's jerk-offs like you. Why? Because I do too. Now, I called you a bunch of names, but it's just because of how you was acting. But then you're not smart enough to keep going, you know? Then you want to throw to Sean Ryan. You're just a nut rider, man. But JP came in this motherfucker. Motherfucker woke up. JP came up in here and hit you with the fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin. Busted in here too. And he ain't give you 60 seconds like Vicente did in the name of JP. JP gave you 24 hours, told you to go cool off. So go hug your little trompito pillow, you know, put your mouth to his mouth, and, you know, lay down and drool, bitch. Sean Ryan's a crackhead. And don't get it fucked up. I don't got nothing against Sean Ryan. But I just hate when people come in there with this holier than thou about somebody. You know what I'm saying? While they're shitting on somebody else when that guy's a fucking crook too. But he's a white Navy SEAL or whatever he is, Army Ranger, whatever he is, so he's allowed to live that shit down. Nobody's screaming rat at him all day long. You people are disingenuous, man. Fuck out of here. Child JP. It's probably the police. You know how they get nervous and you're so yeah, they start that stupid they get flustered. They do what I like to call they drown in a teaspoon of water. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. That motherfucker's in the bathroom sniffing shit.
Put him in a fucking bed, you might.
Adios, pendejo.
That's cool. You came, you voted for Trump, but when I know that you don't know nothing about it, you just come here to scream fucking all the cool things you like to say while you holding your beer koozie in front of your friends. Shit don't fly here. All right? Go back to Sean Ryan's channel, but you know what? He won't. 822, you know why? Because I know you're listening. And I know you're going to stay listening. Because we can't get you fuckers farther enough away from here. You love it here. You want to be here. So you'll be here. Just quietly. And if you want to talk, $2 text-to-speech at the top. Just like Tristan's whole ass. Tristan was in here earlier acting like a hoe. Tristan left. We didn't even have to send him to the bathroom. He left because he's a hoe. Now, we'll probably draw him out. He'll probably open his mouth in a minute, but that just proves you've just been listening all day. I read an interesting article that said cracking the war on drugs separated black men from their families, creating a deep break in the family. That's what Trump is doing to Latinos in this new version. That was the setup, just like this is a setup. JP did a gangster, dropped the hammer and didn't say a word. The motherfucker thinks he's me. That motherfucker thinks he's me, boy. From the shadows, boy. I don't even gotta. Let me see. What's a good one for this? He sent him to the upper room. No, he sent him to
Put
the
him in a
bathroom.
fucking bed, you might.
He came out of nowhere, boy. He came out of nowhere. Let it fly. A sniper, whack-a-mole sniper. Got his ass. Let's get it. But this the line right here. This unclear. All of you motherfuckers out on the corner right now. Right, shout out what's Buddy? He ain't been around in a while. Is it Macho? From the park? This is something for him to be worried about. It remains unclear whether low-level gang affiliates who sell or transport rugs would be labeled terrorists, even if they have no idea their work is connected to one of the designated cartels. That right there, trickery in the language. Trickery in the language. That it could be you. Civil rights groups have voiced concerns about the secretive nature of the list, which can subject people to surveillance on airplanes, travel restrictions, and secondary screenings at airports and other ports of entry into the United States. They have also complained that the government has sometimes flagged people as members of gangs based on evidence such as their tattoos and clothing. And sometimes, Macho McFly, yeah, shout out Macho. You know, this affects Macho. Macho, you get cut out there in that corner, you do something, they call you a terrorist. That's not good. Not a good look at all. Not even a little bit. They've also complained the government has sometimes flagged people as members of gangs based on evidence such as their tattoos and clothing, and misflagged them, flagged them wrongly. A federal judge ruled in 2019 that the list infringed on the constitutional right, to due process of certain U.S. citizens. If your name pops up in a law enforcement hit that has all kinds of cascading consequences, said Serene Shabaya. If your name pops up in the law enforcement hit, that has all kinds of cascading consequences, said Serene, National Immigration Project lady. Authorities must spell out reasonable suspicion that a person is associated with one of the designated terrorist groups before being added to the watch list. According to the public government standards, their friends and associates will not be added automatically unless the government also says so. Not only you can they come and get you, but they'll come and get you and say, oh, you know what? Family's connected to terrorists. Stamp them. What? I told you he was listening.
I'm in your bubble.
I'm the
in your
fucking
bubble.
greatest. JP ran straight to the ring and did the Stone Cold Stunner undo. He was like,
This is Sparta!
shout out BZ on the check-in. Shout out JP. Salute Shayo Madu, Il Cartel members in chat. Hope you've all had a blessed and grateful whatever Wednesday. Like and subscribe to the great quality content. It's free. Salutes. JP's on the top turned up buckle right now, smashing beers and spilling them all over. You could tell JP was disgusted if he did that. He heard enough. Look. I told you he was still here. We've been here an hour and 49 minutes. Tristan started running his fucking mouth in the first 3 minutes of the show. First 5 minutes of the show before the intro was over. Right? We told him what we thought of him. He disappeared quietly, right? But they act like they gone. Like, even if we put them in the bathroom.
Put him in a fucking bedroom.
They love our show. They just contrarians that like to run their fucking mouths to anybody and everybody. When they doing a real version of Surviving a Chapo, not that only that bullshit that shines them in a light. Why don't you do it? Go start a channel. You talk so fucking much. Go start a channel. Go shine light on the other motherfuckers, man. Instead, you sitting in here dick riding.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
We knew you were listening, though. You lost us early. You could have came and being nice, but you didn't. They're probably going to use them fake MS-13 tattoos to label you, too. Anything, label you. Anything. What's up with the ears, Vicente? I don't know what you're talking about. JP said, I've been here the entire time. Like my OG wrench holder also taught me. Too creepy, motherfucker. Yeah, Zoraida told you still be here. Go start a channel, Tristan. If there was too much light shined on them and you didn't like how 50 Cent did it, go do it yourself. Huh? And they like to say those that can't do teach. Nah. Those that can't do talk. They don't even teach. Those who can't do just talk. And complain and bitch. But you'll be here. Definitely Ghost Watcher, Shannon. Huh? Want to hear about predictable, Shannon? Those motherfuckers are predictable. We can predict the movement of these motherfuckers, man. Sheesh. The families, bro. They could just flip it on your families, bro. The friends and associates will not be added automatically. Sure they won't. Unless the government also suspects them of involvement. Though there are exceptions to that standard. That's it right there. That's the language that's there to get you. A former official familiar with the process said, the Privacy and Civil Liberties Board released a report in January with recommendations on how to improve the list accuracy and reliability. Several days later, the Trump administration fired 3 of its 4 board members. As Trumpito dismantles the rules of law and targets even mild dissent as security threats, ballooning terrorist watch lists are another glaring indicator of our descent towards authoritarian rule. Property of the People's Executive Director Ryan Shapiro said. And that's where we at. Disgusting. Let me tell you something. Those jerk off National Guard motherfuckers. I don't know. I saw a video. I don't know how real it is of them walking up to people on the porch. I'm on the porch. Mind your fucking business. I'm on the porch. I ain't committing no crime. I don't got to show you no ID. This is not fucking, post-World War I Germany. This ain't post-World War II Germany. This ain't no show your papers country. Fuck you. Don't ask me for shit. Bring that National Guard shit to Chicago and ask me for something. I'll be at that fucking Alcatraz alligator shit. Because fuck you. There you running up talking to people and shit. Tristan Larkin. It was a good series, but I definitely feel like more of the truth on the Twins and could have been told. Well, how do you know what's the truth and what's not the truth? And guess what? The more of the truth will probably be told in other projects. It's called exclusivity. Huh? Have you gone through all of our playlists and our exclusives with them? There's more truth told in there. It be the people that didn't hear everything, didn't read everything, didn't watch everything. They'd be like, they didn't say nothing. Come on, man. The fuck? The whole Shail page is going to end up in Alcatraz or El Salvador. They're going to tie all of us to the Bartels for talking about it, and the bots in here who claim to be connected. Oh, yeah. They're going to get us. They're going to get us. I knew you were here waiting in the bushes for an opportunity to pounce, JP. JP was in the background chilling. Yo, Shy, you should do just one show where you invite all the haters to come through and you just go wild on them. I mean, they're always here. They're here all the time. Nah, I don't think you've watched it all. Tristan Larkin. I think you like talking about it, but I don't think you watched it all. Shia, the Chicago equivalent to Marquitos Toys on the White House page. On the White House page? What that mean? You lost me. Sounds crazy, but this regime is crazy. Rocha, yeah, Rocha. That fucking dirty bastard. Things are about to get bad, especially for anybody that lives off the government. Things are going to get worse in the streets. No. The shit is left. Everything's left. Shout out Robert on the check-in. They make themselves as innocent as possible on anything but rug drilling. So do you have any proof that they weren't innocent? So what are you trying to say? Are you saying they got bodies? Are you saying that they used to get people snatched? Are you saying that they did bad business? Are you saying that they robbed people? What are you saying? Or is this all just shit that's in your head? And because they didn't say that they did it, maybe all they were was rug dealers, no? That's not possible? Huh? That can't be it? Oh, you guys don't want answers. Guys like you, they don't want answers. You want your answer. You want what you want to hear. Not what was true or not. We can't help you. Cooperating, there won't be a problem. Oh, Shy, cooperating, there won't be a problem. I hate when they say that BS. Cooperating, there won't be a problem? Cooperating, there won't be a problem. There's already a problem. JP just put him in the bathroom, diabolical, before the word became popular. A sniper. Thank you, bro. Bro, he didn't need no green light, no nothing. He just, from the back of the room, bow, right in the dome. Rocha is the next to be caught. We should hope. Oh, my audio just went dead. What was that? Yo, I don't know if y'all heard that, but I saw it. Fucking meter just fell. I think I kicked the cord or something. I don't have to reinforce that. Oye, el Rocha.
Oye, y el Rocha. Y el Rocha. Bueno, y el Rocha.
Vicente, I don't think that would be entertaining, a show where I just come at trolls the whole time. But these guys are so disingenuous, they're not worth my time, really, honestly. Hey, Shy thinks she's the shit. I do. You're beneath me. You're beneath me. You know? Vicente said, yep, I heard it. Yeah, the whole meter fell. I said, wait a minute, no audio. But I think I kicked something. So just warn your friends. I don't want to hear people saying that they weren't informed. You know, motherfuckers be like, hey folks, they locked me up, bro. They saying I'm a terrorist, bro. Papa, shit done changed. Get a job. Get a fucking life. There's more ways to get paid today than ever before. Figure it out. Figure it out. But they're going to call you a terrorista. All right, with that said, we're done with that part of it. I got to refresh my drink. We've been here 2 hours. We're going to cover the Gene Borello stuff. We'll be out of here soon. All right. I done ran I didn't come in here to be fired up, but I think I done ran Tere out of here and shit. She's like, oh my God, Shy's wild, and I gotta get the fuck out of here. Sorry, my bad. They make themselves look as innocent. I don't be understanding what people be wanting and shit. We need receipts. You can't just come in here giving statements without receipts. Like, bro, they be acting too innocent. I mean, what else you want from them, bro? You want them to make up some shit? Cool. I'll tell them to start making up some shit if that'll make you happy. You know? I'll be like, hey, man, you guys want to make up some shit? Fernando said, I literally have a buddy who's diehard for Trompito. He's on Medicaid, and this fool literally got his Medicaid cut. Right. Now, here's the question. Does he what's the word? Does he feel like a dumbass, for supporting something that wasn't there for him? Or is he just backing up into the bushes and acting like nothing happened? I literally have a buddy who is diehard for Trump. He's on Medicaid, and this fool literally got his Medicaid cut. My other buddy said, well, you voted for him, and this man had the audacity to get mad. Oh, okay, there it is. There's the answer. Well, he's a fool. You have a foolish friend. You have a foolish friend. He's just as bad as the trolls that be in here. He just do shit to do it. People be like, oh, and then if you tell them, oh, I didn't vote for anybody. Oh, you didn't do your civic duty. Fuck you. My civic duty is not to pick a poison. My civic duty is not to pick the devil that I know. It's to destroy all the devils that I know. No se abrió la barra hoy. No. As a matter of fact, I don't even got the survey says I didn't even stock up. The game been slow. I've been tired. Y'all let me know if we want to open the bar Friday. I'll be ready. But no, we didn't open the bar today. I got the hand in there. Pero it's hot. All right, but no, we didn't open the bar today. But yeah, your homeboy, the audacity to get mad. You mad at the wrong motherfucker, man. You mad at the wrong motherfucker, man. Disingenuous. They disgust me. Make me sick. Hold on a second. Let me make sure we good over here. All right. No hand? Yeah, we got some hand. I don't know if I want to do a shot. I got the hand. I think I'm going to open up a Coca-Cola in the name of JP too. I got a can of Coke right there. I think I'm going to open up in the name of JP. He's still repping Trompito, and his reasoning is some religious BS. He will continue to push the goal. He's disingenuous. Like, watch that guy. Watch that guy, Fernando. He disingenuous like the people in the chat. They moved the goalposts. Now it's because it is. Now it's because of religion. Now it's because my favorite color is orange. Nah, man. All of it is just so that you don't have to be accountable and show us that you don't want to know that. You
now you see now. You done fucked up. You know that, don't you?
That's it. You don't want us to know. You don't want to know. So he's just like the motherfuckers in here, man. And he'll ask for an answer. When he get it, he'll think of a new question. Those are the type of people that got a problem for every solution. Problem for every solution, man. All right, let me go refresh my drink. Listen, I'm going to put up a timer. I'm going to put up a timer for 2 minutes. Bars open for 2 minutes, shots only. $15 shots through Power Chat, linked at the top, and PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, and one per. Y'all got 1 minute and 45 seconds. The bar's open while I go refresh my water. Matter of fact, I might get some W energy drink in me, all right? One of our sponsors. So let me go get that set up, and I'll be right back. I'm going to play this Gene Borello that we will be covering, but I will also be rewinding when I come back. Let's get it.
Chicago, Drew. I hope you're happy. I also want to give a shout out to Ryan B, because he loves listening to this podcast on his ride home. I also want to give a shout out to the little homie Isaiah, who is also a big fan of the show out in Chicago. All right, thanks, boys. All right, let's get right into this episode right now then. All right, so Gene, you were locked up with the Flores twins.
Well, the one. There was two of them, but they didn't have them together. Yeah.
So tell us some stories about them, like some wild that you heard about the cartel or anything like that.
I mean, I used to sit with him, like, in his cell, like, because there was a lot of people that he hung out with. His cell was always had a lot of traffic. He was a friendly guy.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of traffic going on in his cell. He hung out with a kid named Jay-Z. He was like a head Latin king. His name was Speedy, really. He was out of Chicago. Yeah. Head Latin king in Chicago. Then there was out of his cell.
Vela sent $30. Tumblr glass emoji. Tumblr glass
emoji. For 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I was with him for a while. We would work out. He wanted to get the abs. He was a big workout guy, always working out. Very generous guy, super friendly. Give you the shirt off his back, pretty much. You know what I mean? Threw me a birthday party. Me and him, our birthdays are 6 days apart.
Oh, no shit.
So he's the 12th, I'm the 6th of June.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
what's a prison birthday party like?
Bags of chips, all kinds of shit. Just, he put me onto Diet Cokes.
Oh, nice.
I never drank Diet Coke, so he's like, try this. And I loved it. I called Diet Coke.
Yeah.
He gave me my nickname in there, too. They used to call me Split.
Okay.
From the movie Split.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to always bug out people and crazy. So me and him were cool, He told me some funny stories, and, no one could tell it better than him, but, like, one briefly that I remember was just funny to me was, I don't know if I ever told this one before, but he said he was having a lot of problems in Chicago, and the people that were with him needed weapons. So he called up El Chapo, got someone to get in touch with him. And it says El Chapo told him, don't worry, I'll send you 9 weapons. So he sends him a U-Haul truck. They open up the U-Haul truck of the weapons. It's shoulder rockets.
Well, you gotta take over the city?
He calls him back and goes, Wardy. That's how he talks, Wardy. What the f*** are we doing shoulder rockets? You shoot rockets at each other in Chicago? That was always a funny one. That story that he told me, I used to always get a kick out of that one. I really liked it. There was so many stories that he told me that were just so crazy. You know what I mean? But he was a good guy. I was with him for, like I said, 3 years. And then I remember when I went home, I think his wife had reached out to me because he wanted to go on Vlad TV.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because they see me on Vlad. They were all watching, I guess, in the unit. I guess the CO probably had, showed them.
Yeah.
And I just came home. Remember, I was home like 3 weeks. I went on Vlad TV in January of 2020.
Right.
And I guess his wife reached out and said, hey, this is, so-and-so. He wants to do that when he gets out. I'm like, yeah, but I don't think they're going to want him on the show. Only because they would love to have him on, but the threat assessment is so high.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, his threat assessment has got to be, through the roof.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was the thing. He was a cool guy. I got along with him. There's so many times we had fun together, eat here and there meals. He's such a friendly guy. He'll do anything. He used to help everybody. He used to pay people to change his ice just to make people have money.
Wow.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they don't have nothing.
Yeah.
So he would just pay guys to change his ice or clean his cell and just help them out to keep the money flowing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was a good guy, man. I got along with him really well.
Was there a story about somebody wearing a wire on El Chapo in the woods? He did.
He did. To get his brother. I don't know. I don't want to put the timelines wrong. I would like to sit down and do a show with him. I'm sure he would do it with me.
Isn't he on YouTube right now?
Yeah, he is. I'm pretty sure that me and him are going to... I think he's on probation still.
Yeah.
And he probably can't... They'll hit him with the ex-cons and felons. They love doing that. They're such clowns, these government, with that. They don't want to see anybody make money.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I'm going to call bullshit on that right now. And guess what, Gene? I can make that show happen right here on Sha'il Reacts. How about that? All right, salutes to y'all. I heard something came in, and I fucking laughed when I heard it. All right? Velez, breaking the rules again. Breaking the rules. Nose is one at a time. But called for the double.
Velez sent $30. Tumblr glass emoji. Tumblr glass emoji.
I'm going to honor it today, but you done used it up. So, para la próxima, you know what I'm saying? Got to relax. I'm going to rewind that. I ain't hear that. So, I got my water refreshed. Bow. We got the hand out the thing. Bow. I got my DUBBY joint. And I got my DUBBY. So if you're looking for an energy drink with no sugar, right, link in the description. Let me see if I got it right here. No, salute to Vicente for the dono. I appreciate the dono. But we made rules. Otherwise, we go back to spinning the wheel. See, I can't let everybody treat my life, okay? I like money. I do. But I like rules, too. I like my rules to be right. Especially when I cater to my Avengers on a regular basis as far as the rules. What flavor? This one is Push and Punch, all right? Push and Punch. I was trying to find the link right here. Let me see. It's the music link. Here we go. Shout out DUBBY. Fuel your grind with DUBBY energy. No crash, no sugar. Just clean energy for long sessions, all right? I don't know how this works when you mix this upper with a downer, but it is what it is, all right? There's the link. Get your 10% off. Go through there. Get you some DUBBY energy. Right? I'm about to get this Push and Punch. Contains coffee, fruit extract. No sugar. And it's pretty damn sweet. You take 1 scoop. Okay? For all you powder heads. Okay, you do not sniff this. You just, boom, you drop it in your joint. Done deal. Okay? Powder heads, relax. Okay, you drop that shit in there. Get him, JP. That's my point. Velez, you my nigga. But you're going to be the reasons we don't get nice things around here, all right? Boom, give it a little shake, Sonora. Do your thing. I've been reading a lot. And yelling at trolls. No. Listen, at this point, Velez, it's one drink. So, like, it's one beer or one shot. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to allow the combination of a beer and a shot. All right? I still ain't allowed that. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so, y'all. All right? Shout out DUBBY. Make sure you hit the link. Get your DUBBY energy. Let's get it. What we got here? Gene is a real hothead. Dude is unpredictable but funny. Any little thing can get him mad as fuck. Yeah. In the words of Rope 30, be mad. The fuck is you gonna do about it? Damn, Vicente got a whole fucking a line of emojis and shit. What's that little break? There's a little break in the linea right there. Shy, you trying to do some Elvis, Jimi Hendrix shit? What, uppers and downers? Listen, man, this ain't shit compared to 18 shots in an hour and 20. This ain't shit compared to edibles mixed with. Now, here's the thing, y'all. This shit came with a silica bag in it. Do I leave the silica bag in there? Oh, it says throw away. All right, I'll throw that motherfucker away. I don't think I ever heard the one shot max. You ain't listening for the right shit. I appreciate you though. Thank you. Appreciate my donators. I appreciate my my members, everybody. Right, boom, there it is. But Les, you might hate it, but you're gonna be the reason we can't have nice things around here. Yeah, so this is good, JP. This is nothing. Shy's a trained professional. Don't try this at home. Yeah, this is nothing. This is considered healthy. Me with some water, my DUBBY with that sugar free, and some hen. That's considered healthy in this house. On this channel. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. We're here for a good time, not a long time. And I will see y'all on Friday after this. All right, Vicente got this whole shit right here, though. We need this combination right here. That's a nice combination. It took some work right there, Vicente.
See, they're haters. A lot of them.
All right, let's get it. I'm going to go back.
Well, the one. There was two of them, but they didn't have them together, yeah.
So tell us some stories about them, like some wild that you heard about the Cartel or anything like that.
I mean, I used to sit with him, like, you know, in his
home. I also want to give a shout out. So, Gene, you.
So I'm just saying, as Latinos, we ain't supposed to exert our hearts and slow it down at the same time. Coño, man. Nah, I'll be all right. It's just a little energy drink with a little Hennessy drink. I'm good. I'm hydrated.
You were locked up with the Flores twins.
Well, the one.
Gene, you were locked up with the Flores twins.
Well, the one. There was two of them, but they didn't have them together, yeah.
So tell us some stories about them, like some wild that you heard about the Cartel or anything like that.
I mean,
now, mind you, Tristan, this is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to listen to somebody that don't have to kiss the twins' ass, that can say how uninnocent they are, how out of pocket they are. The problem is when those people have the opportunity to speak, they don't say nothing like that. Y'all want them to, but they don't. So evidently, maybe they are what they are. I don't know. The fuck?
I used to sit with him, like, you know, in his cell, you know, like, because there was a lot of people that he hung out with. His cell was always had a lot of traffic. He was a friendly guy.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of traffic going on in his cell. He hung out.
NJP, we smoking. He doing a liquid speedball. All right, and I'm about to pack this bolioli.
But a kid named Jay, the guy.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of traffic going on in his cell. He hung out with a kid named Jay-Z. He was like a head Latin king. His name was Speedy, really. He was out of Chicago. Yeah. Head Latin king in Chicago. Then there was a few guys that we were always in and out of his cell, and me and him would privately talk. And I was with him for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I was with him for a while. We would work out. He wanted to get the abs. He was a big workout guy, always working out.
I told him Gene Borello gave him his abs. Gene gave him his abs. That's what he said.
Very generous guy, super friendly. Give you the shirt off his back, pretty much. You know what I mean? Threw me a birthday party. Me and him, our birthdays are 6 days apart.
Oh, no shit.
So he's the 12th, I'm the 6th of June.
Okay.
Yeah, so
what's a prison birthday party like?
Eggs and chips, you know, all kinds of shit. Just, you know, he put me onto Diet Cokes.
Oh, nice.
I never drank Diet Coke, so he's like, try this. And I loved it. I called Diet Coke.
Yeah.
He gave me my nickname in there, too. They used to call me Split.
Okay.
From the movie Split.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to always bug out people and go crazy. So me and him were cool, you know. He told me some funny stories, and, you know, like, no one can tell it better than him, but, like.
Is that going to be our next sponsor, Vicente? Liquid Speedball. That's it right there.
One briefly that I remember, you know, he told me some funny stories, and, you know, like, no one can tell it better than him, but, like, one briefly that I remember was just funny to me was, I don't know if I ever told this one before, but he said he was having a lot of problems in Chicago, and the people that were with him needed weapons. So he called up El Chapo, got someone to get in touch with him, and it says El Chapo told him, don't worry, I'll send you 9 weapons. So he sends him a U-Haul truck. They open up the U-Haul truck of the weapons. It's shoulder rockets.
Oh, you gonna take over the city?
He calls him back and goes, Wardy. That's how he talks, Wardy. What the f*** are we doing shoulder rockets? You shoot rockets at each other in Chicago? You know, that was always a funny one. That story that he told me, I used to always get a kick out of that one. I really liked it. There was so many stories that he told me. That were just...
I guess we had to go to jail with the motherfucker to get that story. He won't tell us that one. He said that's exclusive. It's for the movies and the TV shows and for all the fancy schmancies. You motherfucker.
is so crazy. You know what I mean? But pick out of that one, I really like. There was so many stories that he told me that were just so crazy. You know what I mean? But he was a good guy. I was with him for, like I said, 3 years. And then I remember when I went home, I think his wife had reached out to me because he wanted to go on Vlad TV.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because they see me on Vlad. They were all watching, I guess, in the unit. I guess the CO probably had, like, showed them.
Yeah.
And I just came home. Remember, I was home like 3 weeks. I went on Vlad TV in January of 2020.
Right.
And I guess his wife reached out and said, hey, this is, so-and-so. He wants to do that when he gets out. I'm like, yeah, but I don't think they're going to want him on the show. Only because they would love to have him on, but the threat assessment is so high.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, his threat assessment has got to be, like, through the roof.
Right.
Fuck the threat assessment. They don't want a motherfucker on there that wants to hide his face. That's how I see it.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was the thing. He was a cool guy. I got along with him. There's so many times we have fun together. Eat here and there meals. He's such a friendly guy. He'll do anything. He used to help everybody. He used to pay people to change his ice just to make people have money.
Wow.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they don't have nothing.
Yeah.
So he would just pay guys like to change his ice or clean his cell and just help them out to keep the money flowing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was a good guy, man. I got along with him really well.
Was there a story about somebody wearing a wire on El Chapo?
He did.
He did.
He did. To get his brother. I don't know. I don't want to put the timelines wrong. I would like to sit down and do a show with him. I'm sure he would do it with me.
Isn't he on YouTube right now?
Yeah, he is. I'm pretty sure that me and him are going to... I think he's on probation still.
Yeah.
He's not.
He probably can't... They'll hit him with the ex-cons and...
Wrong. Full disclosure, I offered a chance for Gene Barillo to talk to Jay on this channel. Gene Barillo wanted to charge me, and I didn't feel like Gene Barillo was worth me spending money on. Sorry. Uno. Coño, mate. So sale al diablo. Need to talk to Robin how his gang unit is just in time as Orange Man pulling off some BS. If any Chicago Higgins get evicted or whatever, evicted or expelled, or what was the other word? Transferred. He's losing his Ill Avengers card. That's it. Y'all get him the fuck out of here. If any Chicago guys get shut down, it's all Jay's fault. All right. So miss me with all the probation. If you want to talk to him, we can make it happen.
They love.
All right, we can make it happen. So don't get the timelines fucked up. Get it right.
Did to get his brother. I don't know. I don't want to put the timelines wrong. I would like to sit down and do a show with him. I'm sure he would do it with me.
Isn't he on YouTube right
now?
now?
Yeah, he is. I'm pretty sure that me and him are gonna. I think he's on probation still.
Yeah.
And he probably can't. They'll hit him with the ex-cons and felons. They love doing that. They're such clowns. These government with that. They don't want to see anybody make money.
Yeah.
Seriously, they're haters. A lot of them It comes down to like he was a multi-millionaire. They were jealous of him. The government.
Yeah.
It was more jealousy. So. I would love to sit with him, but we gotta wait till he's off probation. I know they'll give him a headache about it. With me,
bro, he's off papers, bro. Miss me with the bullshit. You want to make it happen, Gene Barillo? I make it happen. You get the timeline. That's it, easy.
Especially,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're like, oh, you're staying with ex-cons and felons and violate them. They just violated Tekashi for it.
Really?
Ex-cons and felons. They just rags with it.
What they violate?
I think he gave him a month.
Okay.
Yeah, he gave him a month for being with ex-cons and felons. The same. They hit me with and everybody. So
well, if you guys decide to do a show together, I'll do that.
It would be
all
huge.
The gear.
It would be huge.
You see him? He's vying for the opportunity. I think I've earned it.
Because we were together, yeah, you could. It would definitely be cool if we could get them together on our show, on your show.
You see, they let him booked it already. All right, I'm putting it out there right now. Jay, you go over there. Persona non grata around here. That's the word, persona non grata? Yeah, persona.
I'm going to try to reach out to him through somebody and see if he wants to do it with me, but I have to see. He would have to ask permission. I know for a fact.
That's not a fact. He don't got to ask permission for shit.
That's the they're going to hit him with. They did it to me, bro, so many times.
Yeah. Did he tell you any wild stories about like?
There's so many.
Just
yeah.
Like, give us like one that stands out.
They kidnapped his brother. That's how he met El Chapo.
What do you mean?
He wasn't with El Chapo originally. They were just drug dealers in Chicago making a lot of noise. And something had happened. I don't know the exact story. He could tell you better. And they kidnapped his brother, and he had to go get his brother back and prove that he wasn't lying. They thought that he did something. It was one of El Chapo's lieutenants or something like that. I remember him telling me the story. And they kidnapped his brother and had his brother for like a month.
No.
Yeah.
Were they torturing him or anything?
I don't know exactly. I know it was not good. I know when he got him back, he was all skinny and everything. But like I said, me and him were good. Me and him were really pretty good friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And plus, we're in a thing with only 70-something people.
Right.
I mean, so when I first pull up there, he's like one of the first guys I met in that unit in Jersey because he was friends with like Dave Darpino, other guys from my area.
Right.
All the mob guys. He didn't get along with Sammy Gavano, but they were. But that was the only one he didn't get along with that he was with.
Did you get in? Were there any fights with him or anything?
No. Guys looked out for him. He was a friendly dude. He wasn't like that. He wasn't on that kind of time. If anyone with him, people would stand up for him right away.
Yeah.
He had a lot of people around him that loved him because he was looking out for everybody and he was doing it genuinely.
Right.
You know, I know for a fact he was paying a dude, like the dude would cook him his meals every day and the guy's family didn't have nothing. He was giving him like $700-800 a month.
Really?
He'd cook his meals, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was like a real good person. I don't lie on people. You know what I'm saying? There was another cartel guy in there named Frankie. He was the head of the Tijuana cartel. Him and his brothers. He was the head of it.
Now, Frankie is Arellano, who was Jay's cellmate, who they became very good friends.
Really?
He was one of the heads of the Tijuana cartel. Frankie, him and his brothers.
Okay.
The Felix,
Ariano Felix?
The Felix brothers.
Really?
Yeah, I was with them. I was with one of them.
What were they like?
He spoke broken English. I got along with him, but he wasn't like generous with the money.
Could you look in his eyes?
The fuck you want? Generosity. Everybody want generosity. Go get some money. You gonna be generous with your money? Motherfuckers be talking crazy, boy.
No, super friendly guy.
Demon time, though?
Super friendly guy. He spoke broken English. His wife was a beauty pageant, Miss Mexico, something like that. His daughter was in soap operas. I got along with him. We spoke a little bit. He was a good handball player. You know, I was a really good handball player, and you know, we used to just I would with him very briefly here and there, but for the most part, he wasn't like the Flores. He was more like not generous.
Right.
I guess because people might have burned him because he had a 25-year sentence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but he was a good guy too. I got along with him.
So,
yeah, I believe that's his name, Velez El Tigrillo. Frankie.
All these guys, are you going up and approaching them? And
It just ends up eventually,
up
like those units are like, the Woodsec units are different because there's only like 50, 60 of us in them.
Yeah. You know, one thing that we were talking about actually in the car, just randomly, like, you know, you're saying prison and jail is just not how it's perceived in, you know, the media and stuff like that.
Right.
Another thing that, like, you know, you brought to my attention is, you know, when you're a street guy or you're a gangster, everybody's just as capable of doing damage, right?
Especially when you're talking about that guys with somebody's in different organizations and crews,
right,
and other states, mind you. When the feds, you're with all over the country. So you might be with some big gang leader out of Arkansas. I'm just making, you know, hypothetically speaking. Yeah, they're all obsessed with the mob, but at the end of the day, they're still who they are.
Right.
You know, guys are obsessed with the Italian mafia, but at the end of the day, it don't matter. Like, you're not going to abuse them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When it comes down to it, I'm a killer too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you're not like how the average guys, like, say they see some, like, jacked Crip that's, like, 6'4", tattoos, muscular. He's all flagged up and stuff like that. Like, the average person would be, like, the average guy would be intimidated by that, right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, like a lot of, you know, when you're in the street and you're a street guy, like, you're not like afraid of
we don't care
element.
who you are.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their own status, everything. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the mafia and the cartels got all the money.
Yeah.
Usually in the units, a lot of times it's like that.
Right.
And a lot of people eat off them because, you know, those are the ones usually with the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but other than that, you know, everybody's capable of killing. You know, the most dangerous, feared people in the feds is the DC guys.
Yeah. And
they're the most. I mean, I'm saying they're on some weird time too. They're on some a lot of gay stuff, but they're
really.
Yeah, they have a bad rep, but they'll kill you in 2 seconds.
Like
when their car's after you, you're in trouble.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And what is it about them that makes them so?
They're just murderers.
All of them.
A lot of them are just killers. You know. And
who's the DC guys? Who's he talking about?
Like with them, everything's federal, so you might get some state rinky-dink nut job coming to the feds because there's no state over there.
Yeah.
When you get sentenced over here, you go to the feds.
Right.
In DC.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you get the whole city, the whole everything.
Speaking of the feds and prison, what do you have you heard about this Lil Durk situation? What do you think about
I don't know
this?
much of it. You know, I'm not in the rap world, but I was friends with a lot of them. You know, they're all, bro. When I was in MDC Brooklyn, they were all in jail killing each other.
Yeah.
K Flock was blowing up. He was a huge rapper, drill rapper, 2 murders.
Right.
This guy just did a song with Cardi B, blowing up, making all kinds of money, but they wanna shooting people on Instagram Live.
Right.
Are you serious?
It doesn't make any sense, man. Like if you had.
All right, enough of that. We got our Flores Twins conversation now. That I'll say a couple things on that. Again, he had the opportunity to talk to Jay. I presented it. I never told y'all that. Y'all see? Bunch of shit happens behind the scenes. Shout out JP. JP said, Shy, I hope you never waste any money on any of these internet higgers. First of all, YouTube don't make enough money to be doing shit. I make my money other ways, and it has to be worth the squeeze for me to spend it on somebody. He's just not my market. I wanted to create the conversation between him and Jay. He wanted money. We weighed it out. Some people told me they would some people told me that I should do it. Some people offered to pay for it. And I stood firm and said my reasons why, and it made sense, and it was left alone after that. But if you want to do it now, I'll talk to Jay. We make it happen. But it's going to happen on Shy Ill Reacts. I'm tired of motherfuckers sidestepping me. Done with that. To lose. So don't worry, JP. I'm not spending no money on these fools anytime soon. The guys who unalive Epstein's PDF cell. What you mean? Who's that? What are you talking about? JP out of nowhere again. He has. Oh, hold on. Liquid Speedball. Let's see. Gene thinks his shit don't stink. Thinks very highly of himself. Hope you never waste any money on these higgers. He has certifications from the U.S. government now. I think he's good, my dude. Yeah, no, he got certifications from cities, states, or an award. I can't remember the last thing he showed us. Salutes. Shout out Shannon. I can see that. Always helping people out. The twins are genuine in what they do. That's just who they are. So that nigga Robin was that nigga was Robin's salsa dance partner. We gotta find out. It's a good question for Gene. Did Gene take the upper echelon salsa class? You know? We don't know. But he's not on probation. He's not on papers. He don't gotta answer to nobody. If you wanna have that talk, we can have that talk, and we can do it in the format that you said. You want to get the timeline right? You want to hear the story? Well, ain't no reason Jay can't tell him what he's already told us. Just live right here with us. Now, the next thing I'm trying to do is I'm just giving Jay some time with his family. I'm going to holler at Jay. I want to get Jay and Matthew Cox on a panel on our channel. That's what I want. Alright. Ready for Esmond from DC and some other black dealers from that area had to stand their ground, so they were vicious supposedly. Is that who he's talking about? Quite possible. Shout out Robert. I'm just making sure I didn't miss nothing. Boom. Drop that up there. Shout out Shannon and Pierre. It's gonna probably take a little bit more convincing to get Pierre to come out the. You know, now Pierre might be the one that might have the kind of problems that Gene's talking about. You know, maybe he's weary of, you know, the federal government trying to, you know, see who he's talking to and what's happening. But we'll see. AKA Michael Cox if you're JP. Yeah, JP said Michael Cox. But I'd love to have Pierre on as well. Salute to Pierre. But motherfuckers gonna stop sidestepping me. Meanwhile, you got motherfucking Al Prophet over there recycling content a todo lo que da. Our video came out with Matthew Cox. That dude pulled up every Flores controversial shit he could think of that he had in that channel and recycled that shit with a title that had nothing to do with the video. Shit's crazy what motherfuckers get away with, and people want to come call me fake. Fuck you. I mean, fuck you. This is what it is, though. We covered a whole bunch of that and a bunch of that. I overlapped one shot. Shaw, you copping the Mexico 3s next month? Asking for a friend. Papa, it ain't been in the budget to cop nothing, all right? I've been basically out of the game. Last thing I copped was the Aquas, and I copped them for a homeboy. Your boy has been straight grinding, putting all his money back into all the business, putting all my time into it, putting all my effort into it. Sneakers are not a priority right now, and I basically what's the word liquidated my collection to keep this thing going, right? But don't worry, when I get my money up, I'm coming for your collection, motherfucker. I'm coming for your collection, dog. All right? And, I'll probably be recycling content 24/7. That shit was crazy the other day. I was like, yo, this ain't even got nothing to do with nothing. The Mexico 3s are dope, though. They look good. I ain't mad at the little luchador style on the side. For those that don't know what we're talking about, I'll pull them up. Since JP hijacked our shit on some sneakerhead shit. Not even the Wookiee 5s. These questions for the chat as well. Boom. That's these right here. These trays. Right? These trays are inspired by luchador masks. Right? Mind you, 3s don't have this here. The 3s do not have this here. So this is, boom, we got the snake print texture on them. They're not bad at all. I ain't mad at them. I ain't mad at them at all. Right, the elephant print is snake print on these, which is pretty dope. The texture on them. Embossed. Not bad at all. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see. Salute to y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Hundreds up in the chat for y'all. Hundreds. Your boy's tired. Your boy had to shoot a commercial yesterday. She was all day and it was hot. I ain't getting no undefeateds. I ain't getting no bike air. I ain't get shit. Nothing. I don't see nothing else here. Let me see if there's anything at Cartel Insider. Go back to Borderland Beat real quick. I'm gonna hold off on the review shows, music review shows, till we somehow get more pub to that channel. See, I'm just looking for any more articles or stuff that we got to get up on. I got a whole bunch in the Discord, but we'll get to those. I have to find a better way to organize this shit. All right, Caro Quintero and Vincent Carrillo Fuentes are also no longer facing the unaliving penalty, and that's it. We're caught up there. We talked about that. See what Cartel inside. See if Miko's over there lying. Are him and Camilo still beefing and shit? Shout out Shannon. Thank you, Shy, for all your hard work and effort. I appreciate you. Salutes to you, Shannon. Thank you for all the help that you give. Salutes to all of y'all. Zoraida, Shannon, JP, Velez, Jizzle, all of y'all. 298, Oso, everybody that helps move this channel forward. I really was watching the entire time from the bushes. A few trolls had me wanting to use my wrench. You did it. You jumped in. I did get I did get an update from Florida on that Aguas Vivas case. The U.S. is sanctioning people left and right. Rappers are getting it. It's too much clickbait to hold on, though. Mucho mito. Of course, it's a Miko Trevino thing. And I'd rather not. Rather not. Did you hear about the Mexican band that made a song for Ice? No. What do you mean made a song for? Like he made a song for them, or he or he made a diss record at them? Which one was it? Was it? Oh, like a diss song. See, he could have made a support song. That's why I had to ask, you know? Who are they? What's the song? All right, sometime this week we'll get back to, you know what? Let's see if we can give out some. I still got 5 memberships to gift. I'm gonna do it at random on some JP shit right now. Let's get it.
Are y'all ready to party? Let's go! Get your hands up! 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 Get your hands up!
Boom. Shout out to the new members, and they're all from the chat. Dub got a membership. Albert Flores got a membership. J-Fam got a membership for 30 days. Jackie got a membership for 30 days. And 323G. That's probably the most consistent usual suspects gifting that YouTube has ever done. Again, YouTube picks who to give the memberships when I give them out every month for 30 days. And salutes to these people for getting it. Alright. Who's at the top right here? Shannon, Velez, and Zoraida at the top. Top 3. And Tristan in 4th place above 298. This is the usual suspect list right here. Real shit. So salute to them. We'll get a members only in sometime. About damn time YouTube did something right. They did something right. We'll get to a members only soon, and we'll get to some body cams on Ill Crime soon. You know, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Until then, until this channel is supporting itself, it's like raising a child over here. I'm trying to prepare it to handle its own business. I put the work in and then see if it flourishes. But, you know, should be crazy. Tristan in 4th place. Hopefully Tristan learns how to play nice. Instead of coming in here talking shit. Now that A22 guy, he's in the fucking bathroom.
Put him in a fucking bed, you might.
JP put him in the bathroom quick, actually. He did that Oso shit. He hit him on some sniper shit. Oh, Oso hit him in the head. Headshot. He gone. He gone. Don't go. Don't go. Straight putazo from out of nowhere. From out of nowhere. The only listen, we've listened to real time, you know, dudes that are locked up, this and that, and we ain't heard nobody say a bad word about these dudes. When they do, we'll fucking broadcast that shit. But people want an answer that ain't there. Doesn't exist. So, I don't have faith in people. JP, you know the name of the song or that band that made that song? Trump's immigration crackdown in Puerto Rico. I seen those pendejos doing that. And
Introducing.
Relax. I seen Boricuas telling them, calling them all kind of different mamabichos. They're over there snatching up Dominicans and shit. I'm looking forward to the fights this weekend. The fights are in Chicago. Dricus Du Plessis versus Hamzat Chimaev. For those that don't know, Hamzat is like a tornado. Very dangerous in the first round. Average takes him 6 seconds to get a takedown. At the beginning of the round, take you down and keep you there and beat the shit out of you. The longer the fight goes, the more he's exposed. Still very tough fighter in that plane. But Dricus Du Plessis is somebody that's used to the 5 rounds. And he's used to putting in the work, and he too is a tough motherfucker. Just know the band ends in Norteño. It was on the news. Those are probably the guys that got sanctioned, no? They're probably the guys that got sanctioned. Supposedly, Cartel Noreste. Dana didn't hit you up to invite you? Nah, Dana don't fuck with me like that. And I've spent my money and gone to shows in Chicago for the UFC. Alright? But, big card though this weekend. Big card. Looking forward to it. Let's see what Oso's on. See if you want to get up for the fights. Let's see. You putting 5,000 on who? On Dricus or on on Dricus or on Hamzat? All right, this is the fight right here. Dricus Du Plessis, DDP versus Chimaev. Murphy versus Aaron Pico. Aaron Pico, I haven't seen that kid in a while. What, he just popped back out of nowhere and get a co-main event spot? They were touting that kid since he was 14 years old to be the next big thing, and his first couple of fights didn't work out right. All right. Jeff Neal, tough fighter. Cannonier, Michael Page. This is a great fight right here. Great fight right here. Elliot Asakura, that's a good fight. Ferrara versus Bobby the King Green. A lot of good fights on here. Lupe Godinez, Jessica Andrade, good fight. This is a good fight between these two nerds, Chase Hooper and Alex Hernandez. Alex Hernandez talked big shit to Cowboy. Cowboy humbled that boy. He was calling Cowboy old and all kind of shit. Wow, Drakkar Klose versus Essen Barbosa. I like that fight too. So these are all the Chicago fights this weekend. We're creeping up on that Canelo Crawford fight. Looks like Gervonta Davis is out of the picture for a while. He got some domestic violence situations he got to take care of. Final shot that I owe Velez. I appreciate you. Thank you for buying me a drink. Salutes. Coño, man. Split that pie said he putting 5 on Chimaev. Trying to drive, I can't use my, no worries. Don't text and drive then. Don't fucking tell me you putting 5,000 on nobody while you driving. Right? And don't be driving while the fight's happening, because if for some odd reason something goes wrong, we don't want you driving while you get the bad news. We don't want you driving while you get the good news, all right? Hopefully you win. Again, man, I could be completely wrong. Chimaev could do to him what he's done to 90% of his opponents and just, in that first round, ragdoll him and just put the vicious pounding on him. But he ran into Gilbert Burns. And Gilbert Burns pushed back, and it made for an amazing fight. But Burns wasn't a pushover, and I don't think he's going to be able to push over Duplessis the way he did everybody else. I think he's going to run into something like Gilbert Burns that's going to push back. But we'll see how Duplessis' takedown defense holds on. Chimaev is a motherfucking problem at that opening bell, bro. Oh, my goodness. He is a problem. So we'll see. Maybe we'll do a live that day. I don't know. We'll do it over at Head Kicks. Y'all got to join us over there. All right, make sure you join us Friday. We'll be right here. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We covered it all today. We put you to sleep, Daddy? God damn. Salutes to that. I appreciate you. Sorry I fell asleep, but I'm back. What's the gift membership? Memberships are members only. It's like YouTube's version of Patreon, where they get special live streams and access to videos that everybody else don't have access to. And every month I'm able to give away 30-day memberships to some people. And but the problem is I don't get to choose who gets it, right? I would like to give it to the people that are always in the chat. It doesn't always happen like that. YouTube picks who gets it, right? I guess, I don't know how they pick. I don't know if it's at random or what. But it's very rare that it's 5 or 10 people that are actually here. And today it was 5 people that are always actually here. So salutes to them. Teddy said, I got kids. I feel you. I hear you. I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming me. I thought I put you to sleep and shit. Tired you out and shit. Well, good. You missed it. I probably said a whole bunch of vulgarities that were not for your ears. So hope you had a good nap. But yeah, that's with the memberships. Hopefully next go around, YouTube will choose you. Teddy, I appreciate you. For those that want to become members, I'll drop the member link here. It's $2.99 a month to be a member. I've cumplido my condena, and I think I'm going to make my way out of here tonight, y'all. Boom, put the check on that. Bow, put me right here. Boom. Dang, what you mad at? That you dang it, what? That you didn't hear the vulgarities? Shout out to that. I thought he scared you away with his choice of words. Me too. Oh, your husband's the same? All right, that's all good then. Then you used to this bullshit. Loose. Sometimes you gotta check a troll. I try not to be vulgar. You know? Sometimes there's no better insult than, you know. And shout out Shannon that she knows, you know, how I am. She say, and then she knows I react the same way every time she mentions that predicting shit. They could predict these. Fuck out of here with their predictions. Okay, they can't even figure out what the fuck is going on right now. They need now. Are those predictions gonna be able to predict their bullshit? Cause they don't seem to project when they're to predict when they're fucking up. Danging on the memberships. Yeah. Hopefully they take care of you next time. El tubo. They be bullshitting. You'll be able to go see what JP calls the Illmatic stream. The time they tricked me into doing 18 shots in an hour and 20 minutes. Right? Shit's in the members only. Most of my drinking streams are in the members only. Alright, Velez said he caught that motherfucker again the other day. They cut the rerun. Shout out Karen in the house. Let them know, Karen, to put their DNA on the like button. I seen you. Salutes. Salutes to Germany. We almost out of here, though. You're going to have to play replay game, Karen. We almost out of here. Right? This was an impromptu. Your boy was tired. But there was we had to talk about the expellings of these guys. Velez said, tricked, you did it willingly. I was tricked. Right? I was tricked by the Avengers. JP put smut on. I'm putting smut on all y'all names. I was tricked. Right? They kept telling me, nah, regulation shots to full cup. I said, nah, I worked at a bar before. It's half of this shit. Nah. And me trying to placate to my audience, I believed them. Then somebody showed me the light. You know? Somebody showed me the light, and I realized I did 18 shots in an hour and 20 minutes. Shout out Karen. Leave the DNA on the like button. But smut all over the Avengers, please. Thank you. Video I sent in the Discord. Oh, the one with the girl from the CJ. I haven't seen it yet. I'll get to it. We had too much to cover to get to it today. Maybe that's good for Friday. I gotta look through the random content. I gotta look through the Cartel content in the Discord. See what we're gonna talk about Friday. Members only. The blackout video. Is that what that means? The blackout video. Mm-hmm. So don't listen to them when they say that they, that it was willing. Nah, man, it was trickery. There was trickery afoot. Shout out Shannon. I know how you are. They gonna have to motherfucking predict these. But yeah, everybody masked up on these shows. That shit's pretty funny. Yeah, we'll look into that. Tere sent a video to the Discord about some CJ&G chick. Talk about they had to resort to cannibalism to survive or some shit. Well, then you picked the wrong. You in the wrong business. Right? You're fucked up. Picked the wrong business. Just like them dudes that end up on their knees talking about they didn't send us reinforcements, they didn't send us food, they didn't send us money. They made a bunch of promises and they lied. Well, somebody thinks you're a superhero. They don't realize you're just a duped human that got duped and tricked into some shit. Now what? Getting hundreds up in the chat for y'all. Your boy gonna get out of here. Catch a flick or something. Get my energy drink on. They recruited her from TikTok. That's crazy. Fucking TikTok being used to recruit. At what point do we blame humans for their own stupidity? We have to reach that point at some point. At some point we have to. Or you start making excuses for everybody. It's so crazy. Alright, man. Salute Shannon, Tere, Zoraida, JP, Velez, Jizzle, 298. All the powers in here earlier. Tristan came in hot and then he chilled. Tristan wanted to tell me how my intro was too long. Mind your fucking business. Go start a channel. My intro's shorter than most people's intros. My shit's 5.5 minutes. Relax. Shout out Fernando. Fernando was up in here. Shout out Tere, Primo. 298 was up in here. Shout out Ivan Livas. KLT. Shout out Ricardo. Shout out HG. Blaise. Shannon. Tere. Yayo was up in here. Ivan Livas. Fernando. Vicente was up in here. HG. Split that pie. Salutes to you. Hopefully your boy wins you some money, Papas. I just feel like there's gonna be some pushback this time. Shout out Raven was up in here. Salutes. My brother Osho was up in here earlier at some point. Shout out JP. Zoraida. Les. Robert. Salute to all the new members. That shit's crazy. Dub, Albert Flores, J Fam, Jackie, and 323G. Dubo finally nailed it. Shout out Karen. Make sure you catch that replay game. Shout out JP. With all due respect, I'm sitting out on any kind of cannibalism. Cannabis is where it's at. You'll be here, just like the trolls, lurking in the back. Mono con los ojos tapados, con los oídos tapados.
Mono con los ojos tapados.
And when we're done talking about it, you'll be talking about it. Or you'll be talking again. I don't know how it came up, but that one I watched the other day with that boy that was set up. I don't know which one that is. Oh, that Seth Jackson one? Crazy story. If you would like, you can check your DMs. All right, give me a second. Great live as always, Shy. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication to the great content you provide us. Blessings to you. May you have a great rest of your night. I appreciate you, Zoraida. Thank you for being here. Your presence is missed when you're not here, so we appreciate you. Salutes. We appreciate all the help that you give, and thank you to all of y'all. Shout out Shannon. Everyone have a great rest of your night. Keep your head on a swivel. Stay safe. Facts. Blessings to you all. Have a great night. I guess I'm going back to bed. Good night, y'all. Salutes. A dormir todo el mundo. Y'all have a great night. JP, let me check what's going on here. Don't leave yet. Let's see what JP got over here. He's talking about. This is the guys with the song. Let's see. Oh, they went and sing the song in front of the building.
That recorded one there. Let the go. Let the go. Yeah.
He said, "Vaya la chingada." Salutes to them. All right, hey, gotta protest however you can do it. You know what I mean? All right, shout out Shannon. We do miss you, Zorada. Salutes. Karen, that's it. That's all. Everyone missing my song for Ice. No, they still here. All right, but yeah, I wouldn't call it a song. I mean, I guess it's a chant, you know. A la chingada. Fuck out of here. They brought the whole. They brought the stage to Ice. They weren't fucking around. Shout out JP with more fire content. All right, they brought the party over there. Shout out to those protesters. Shout out to those singers. I'm sure it was a hot day out there. You seen all those fat fuck soldiers just sitting around or whatever they are, icicles. Watch the goofy icicles. Watch. Look at these lazy cucks. Look at.
That recorded one there. Let the.
Look at lazy bitches. Huh? Look at these dorks. Huh? Bunch of goofies. Their sunglasses. America! Look, they got their own speaker out there to fight back. America! Fucking punks. What's those guys?
That recorded one.
JP, you gotta make a diss record for real. Hope we all make it through the rest of the week. It's a hard knock life and a daily struggle, only being on Whopper Wednesday. Ain't no hope. We all gonna make it through the rest of the week. And we're gonna make it through this hard knock life and we're gonna move forward. Because it's what we do. And it is what it is. Now we'll see y'all on Friday. We will talk our shit. Alright? I'll be doing energy drinks and Hennessy drinks. And staying hydrated. Hunter's up in the chat for y'all. I appreciate y'all. We've been here for 3 hours and 6 minutes. Your boy gonna sit his ass down. Try to enjoy some peace and tranquility. With that said, y'all have a great night. Make sure you hit the like button if you have yet to do so. It was fun hanging out.
But I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friend.
Doing hood rat stuff with my friends. Shout out JP. Shout thanks for another great live. Like and subscribe for another great quality live. Road to 100K, 24-hour live stream, include Incredible Hulk and more. Shout out El Cartel members. May God bless you. Shout out Shannon. Quit is not in my vocabulary. So, you know, it's a cross to bear. It ain't in mine either. Fucking sometimes I wish it was. Seems easy for everybody else. I ain't figured it out yet. But yeah. JP ready for that 24-hour stream. Let's get to this 100K. We at 11,200 now. Canelo versus Crawford. Let's see. All right, y'all. Make sure you hit the like button if you have yet to do so. I appreciate y'all. And I will holla. Peace.